Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it go? I'm doing pretty well. I was about
Nice.
to try to heat up some like barbecued meatballs my mom gave me the other day, but then I was like, fuck it. I don't have time to figure this shit out. So now I have this Campbell's chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice, dude. I haven't had Campbell's in years, dude. How's that?
Uh, it's pretty good when you're poor.
Pretty good when you're bored, dude. The poor life's the
Yeah.
best, dude. Honestly. How come you're like what? What made you
How
think
come
of
I'm what?
what made you think of chicken and Campbell soup right now?
It's just what I have.
Huh. So that's all you
I
have
like
in
to
the
buy
house?
a lot of. No, 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 no. I have a lot of other food, but it was just the one thing where it's like when I decided that I was in over my head trying to trying to thaw like four different bags of shit that my mom gave me. I was like, I can't do this in time, but I
Mm.
can put this in the microwave for 3 minutes. So I just did that.
Yeah, I get that. So, Urthly, why the name Urthly, sir?
Okay, so originally my username on a bunch of stuff was Earthbound, spelled Urthbownd. But I decided if I wanted to become a Twitch streamer or anything like that, I would have to rebrand because otherwise I would just be somebody with like a Nintendo name. And I don't want to just be named after a video game. I think that's pretty tacky.
Yeah, I get that. That's
It's the same way that I have no respect for anybody who gets like a Triforce tattoo.
Triforce. Okay, listen, I know a couple people that have Triforce tattoos. They're pretty chill people. I think I like
Yeah, and
them.
no respect is a little bit of an exaggeration. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean. Do you have like any like Zelda Link or any kind of like game reference tattoos at all?
No. I
No.
actually got asked to go on that One Way Cafe show the other day.
One Way
This true
Cafe.
mama was like, "Do you have any video game tattoos?" I was like, "Fuck no."
No.
I mean, it's not a hard fuck no, but I like personally, I don't really like the idea of like, even if it's something I really like, and I could see it if it's something you like cherish, but like for me, it's like, I feel weird. Like I didn't want to like brand myself.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
anything I have, I want it to just be like earthly stuff.
Please. So you want tattoos of like yourself or like a brand of yourself on you? I guess.
Kind of, or just like concepts for tattoos that like I thought were cool. Wait, actually, you know what? This would be a lot more self-explanatory if I
Okay.
just
Shell. Oh, okay. Ooh. He's taking off the shirt, lads. Yo, we're gonna see muscles of our flea. Yes. Oh, never mind.
see. I only have two tattoos. I got this one, which was like the obligatory.
Okay.
This was like the obligatory one I got when I turned 18. I was like, oh, cool, I can get a tattoo now. I don't really know what it means. I have no idea how to explain it. This is the one tattoo that like actually means stuff to me.
Ooh, that's
This
nice
was
looking.
yeah. I mean, it's a. I don't even want to explain it. It's got actually a very morbid meaning, though.
But you got time to explain it.
All right. So this tattoo literally symbolizes like the death of my childhood. Because I used to really want to be an astronaut, and,
Okay.
and then I realized I'd be too stupid. And this dog is supposed to be the dog that got run over in front of me when I was 12 years old.
We're gonna get
His name
into
was
that.
Rascal.
We're gonna get
Yeah.
into that shit, dude. What the? You have
God,
a.
I should have gotten drunk for this. I don't. I'm already just like. Ugh.
You got time to if you need.
Well, I mean, even if I wanted to, like, there's like the
It's
last
like,
places you can get stuff from is like close at 11 p.m. So
yeah. What time is it over there?
it's 11:15
Oh,
p.m.
you're the same time as me. Okay.
Oh yeah, so that's
Nice.
Central Time.
Central time zone. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, nice. Okay. So, what's your favorite memory of yourself as a child? That's good, at least.
Um, like a positive one.
Yeah, positive one.
Fuck. Probably. I think it's kind of a blanket memory. I think some of the most fun I had as a kid was when like my friends and I would all meet up at the pool and we would like live action role play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Pokemon, dude.
We would all pretend to be a different Pokemon.
Nice. So you
That's
were,
the kind of shit I miss being able to do in like good
yeah,
conscience.
Man, I miss the days when you just go out and play like video games with your friends or whatever. You know, at, like play dates or whatever. Like I've done that in
Yeah.
forever, dude. Like, what games did you play as like a kid with your friends?
It was mostly like Pokemon and like Smash Bros.
Oh, nice. So, like the GameCube Smash Bros, right?
Um, so around the time that I was in like like late elementary school, early middle school, we would play Brawl because nobody was discerning enough to like turn our noses up at it. We were just like, oh, cool, new Smash Bro game.
Nice. Brawl. Which one's Brawl again? I forgot.
It's the one on the Wii that everybody hates because they have like random tripping and like all this other weird shit.
Dude, that was the
So it's
one.
like not competitively viable.
Yeah, I grew up on Brawl. Like, I mained as Kirby.
Oh,
Freaking Kirby.
Kirby mains are alright.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Fox main, so everybody probably hates me.
Yeah. Well, what is it? I played, what is it, recently on the new Smash. And I think I'm more of a main of, like, Browser, Donkey Kong, and shit. It's funny when you play that. Like, you could really OP with that kind of stuff on the new ones.
I just lost so much respect for you.
What? Why did you?
I hate heavy characters. I just find them
Oh,
annoying.
I get
'Cause
that.
I always get really confident because like I'll combo them and I'll get them up to like 200%, and I'll be at like 60%, and then I'll like forget like, oh, they can easily kill me in one move even at this percent.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at avoiding it. I'm like,
Yeah. I love the new ones. You just grab the character and just yank them down.
oh god.
The thing. That's what I've done. It's so fun. All right,
Oh,
what's
like the Donkey Kong thing where he like picks people up and just throws them at the edge of the stage.
right. I haven't done that yet. I don't think.
Oh, see, people think they're real slick when they learn how to do it, but then when you're really slick is when you learn that there's like a technique where even when people try to do that, you just like you can still get out of it.
Yeah, I'm not like
I don't know.
too.
We don't need to
pro-
get into Smash Bros like competitive mechanics.
Maybe we can, dude. Maybe we can. We got time. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What is it? I guess we all have embarrassing moments as a child, maybe teenager or adult or whatever. Tell me one of your most embarrassing moments, sir.
Oh, I think I've probably told this one a lot before, but like the big standout one was like there was this time when like I was like with my brother and we were climbing this evergreen tree. It was in like our old yard in Ohio, and like my brother had a pair of toy handcuffs with him, and he handcuffed me to the tree. And I was like flailing around, like, no, you have to like, you can't do this. What are you doing? Like, and he like wouldn't let me down,
Yeah.
and so I just pissed on him. And so even though like I was like,
You literally pissed on him.
listen, I was so young, like I was so young.
How-
Even if I were like an adult when I had done this, like it was so long ago that like it would be statute of limitations for sure. Anyways, like so, and then he went and tattled on me for peeing on him, and my mom naturally was just like, "What the fuck? Why did you handcuff him to the top of an evergreen?"
Nice.
So she comes out and like the whole like half the neighborhood is just there staring at me in this evergreen. It just makes my brother go up and get me. That was pretty much that.
And you pissed on him too. That's the funny part. Oh my
What
gosh.
else was I gonna do? You know?
No, scream and say, yo, help. You know?
I was doing that the whole time.
That's shitty.
Well, my parents were like so used to that from like the normal roughhousing we would do that they probably didn't think like, oh,
Oh my
I almost.
gosh.
I just had like a really deep cognitive dissonance over whether to use my real name or say Earthly, but
Yeah.
we'll just say Earthly.
Earthly.
Oh, Earthly might actually be in like a real dangerous situation, you know?
Yeah,
Those
yo.
plastic handcuffs give away. He could die.
Hey, you could be into some kinky ass shit as a child. You know?
I don't know about as a child. Maybe because of my childhood. but
It got you
I would-
kinky. Oh my gosh. Yo, Bebo just came in here at the best timing. That's
Fucking
great.
A.
Fucking hell. All I heard is you pissed on your brother.
Hold up.
Oh.
He handcuffed me to the top of an evergreen tree. when I was very young.
Yeah. He
It
was.
was my older brother, so
Oh, okay. How many siblings do you have?
I have two older brothers.
Okay. So like you're. Oh yeah, you're the youngest then, right? Nice. How do you like
Yeah,
being the youngest?
it's horrible.
Horrible, really?
But I actually kind of like it because I think it made me more effeminate. Like I kind of fuck with that.
What? Well,
Made me
understand.
like the little bitch of the family.
Oh yeah, true. Like I'm what is it, the youngest out of like my sister. So it's like, hey, got a little bit of attention, but it's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Did you get attention as a child much or no?
I did like everything I could do, and I probably got a decent amount, but not as much as I would have liked.
Okay, that's good. That's understandable, I guess. Uh,
Hmm.
deepest. Okay, because you mentioned. Okay, we're gonna get back into your tattoo of your dark self. What is your darkest? Well, you said you wanted to. Well, take away your
I mean,
childhood stuff.
I don't know. I was just confused because you referred to this as my dark self, and I think I'm gonna have to start doing. This is actually my dark self. That's all. That's the only explanation I'm gonna give. I'm not gonna tell the backstory. It's like, this is my dark self.
This is your dark self exactly, but like, what is your deepest, darkest memory of yourself?
Um. Oh, wait. No, I don't know if I can share that one.
TOS friendly, of course.
It's TOS. Well, it might not be actually.
Ah, shit. Damn.
I guess I don't know about deepest dark. That's fucked.
What do you mean it's fucked? You talked about this earlier about your tattoo. Hey, I got a
It's
tattoo to
probably
kill
like I mean,
my
the
old self.
dog getting this dog getting hit by a car probably is like a pretty deep dark memory.
Yeah. What the
But
fuck,
like,
dude?
yeah, it was really sad because he like ran off chasing a squirrel. He didn't have his shock collar on, and I just watched somebody like was booking it down like our street way faster than they should have been because like they literally like screeched to a halt, like left like massive skid marks. It's like, wow, great job driving that fast in a residential neighborhood. Cool
Jesus.
guy, you.
Cool
But
guy, you. Jesus, man. Also, hey, Bebo, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. So like, I guess you're dark. Okay, how was yourself as a child then? Like with dark
um,
you or dark self you?
I was already my darkest self as a kid. Like, I feel like it's only gotten better over time. Because like as a kid, like like Shadow the Hedgehog really resonated with me. I really was into like all the like the angstiest stuff I could find, all the way up until late high school when I got out of my like scene kid phase. It started when I was like in late middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was just like kind of like there was like the valley, and now we're going back up to the next peak. So I
Okay.
was pretty wholesome for a little bit as a kid before I went all like emo and shit. And then there was that like dark like valley when I was a scene kid, and then now we're back to like the more wholesome vibes. But we're not.
Nice.
I don't feel like I'm really at the same like at the peak yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I might have had kind of a peak, maybe in like high school,
Yeah.
and then like I got into college. I was old enough to like buy alcohol, and then like now we're going a little bit back down into some.
Yeah.
It's
Dark.
one of those valleys,
Yeah.
but we're not. I don't think it's gonna go as deep. I think it's more like like the interconnected mountains in the chain. We're just kind of in a dip between two of them now, not like a full blown valley.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. I like that. I like to hear that. I'm doing well, Bebo. She's asking if you're doing well, Mr. Earthly. Bebo,
Um,
are you doing?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say I'm doing pretty well,
That's good. That's good that you're doing well.
better
Um,
than usual.
that's very very good. Not like I guess you weren't like you like this past week. You haven't been normal.
Oh no, I've been great.
Oh, okay. That's good. I like that. I like to hear that. Um, so like life growing up was like hard. So like, how was parents' involvement with you? I guess really has your parents like really been involved in
Um,
your life?
they did like the good cop, bad cop thing.
Oh,
So like, my dad was the bad cop, and my mom was the good cop. And I like my dad now, but I think like all that really did was just made me hate him as a kid.
oh, Nice. what
Yeah.
what did your dad do, I guess, really, for you as a kid?
So he was like it's just really like generally mean, but like
Mhm.
he didn't like have the best control of like his like anger. So like he would snap over like stuff that probably wasn't reasonable that like to snap on like a kid for, you know?
Yeah.
Like I remember he like unironically told me to grow up when I was like 8 years old, which is just like,
What?
how?
How?
What? Like
Yeah.
even then I was like, what is that? Me?
Yeah.
I'm not even like 4 feet tall yet. How would I grow up?
4 feet tall yet, and how can you grow up?
I mean, he's way
Jeez.
more chill now. I think he really did just want me to grow up and we're like cool, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think he just hates kids
Fucking hell.
or
Letting
hated kids.
That's shitty. Like I had, yeah, my dad was shitty ass when I was a kid, and now like I think as we like adult in that, we realize, hey, our parents are probably like more chill after we're adult. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Huh. I mean, usually, yeah. Like it can go either way.
Yeah. If you
Some
had,
people like because some people will like reach a certain age, like especially people with more like subtly fucked up parents. Because like I mean, I still love my mom to death, but I almost feel that way about my mom to some degree. It's like as I got older, the more I realize, like, huh,
yeah.
she was probably kind of like toxic in some really weird ways that I didn't understand until I became like an adult. It's
Yeah.
a really weird thing about like becoming an adult is like you come closer and closer to being on like an equal playing field with people that have always been like the adults in your life, to where you like when you're like 16, you like you think you know everything. You're like, yeah, I know better than my parents, but you generally
You
don't.
don't, right? Yeah. It
You
took
know?
me, what is it, recently to realize, hey, um, this is what my parents did to me when I was a kid and shit. I'm like, holy shit. They did fucked up shit, but in the same time, I was just a kid and I didn't know any better, you know? You're just a fucking kid. And you think you know everything, and it's just like, huh, maybe I don't. Who knew?
And what I always say also is like, I don't know what generation your parents are, but like my parents' generation was fucked.
Yeah. How did Urthly destroy Claw off the platform?
I don't think I can really take credit for that. I think he mainly did it to himself.
Yeah, that was. That's Claw on Twitch for you. He went
Yeah,
somewhere. Well, he's not Claw on Twitch anymore. He's, what is it, Claw?
Claw
Is.
was chicken.
Yeah, Claw was taken. That's a freaking weird ass name now. I don't know. How was high school and college life for you?
Um, High school was weird because I spent 2.5 years of it going to Christian school.
Christian's going
Is
okay.
like yeah, I was already a degenerate in like 8th grade, so my parents were like, "Nah, fuck you, you're going to Christian school," and so that was what I did. And I mean, it wasn't like a crazy like Catholic school or anything, because like my parents couldn't afford to send me to the crazy Catholic school, so I just went to this like Protestant school where it's pretty laid back, honestly.
Yeah.
It was basically just like public school with like a little bit of religion sprinkled on top. And there were some pretty cool people there, but most of them sucked. And that was kind of when I started doing the internet thing originally. But like that was way before Twitch for me. When I still like I knew about Twitch, but I was like, I'm above Twitch, dude. I'm too cool.
Of
So I would just
Twitch.
hang out in like shit poster communities. Like I was big in the like Facebook meme page community
Facebook.
where people would like that shit got intense at like its peak before Facebook made like pages super not viable with their algorithm, because people would like steal huge pages from other people and then like monetize those pages and actually get like moderately wealthy, and it was all just like dipshit like 17, 16, 18-year-old kids that just knew like kind of basic hacking type stuff. I
Yeah.
was never one of those, but like I knew a lot of I knew some people like that, but I mostly just liked hanging out with more wholesome people than that. And then college, college has been like tight as fuck. I mean, the actual schooling part has been weird because I spent like 3 years doing like a program at like a technical college, thinking I was going to go into journalism, and then I was like, and I got kind of burnt out. And now I'm doing a 2-year program for audio engineering.
Oh
Planning to stick with that.
shit.
But socially, college has been like up and down. Like I've had like some of the craziest years of my life socially, and like it being like eventful, like being very socially active and like partying a lot. And then like I probably got burnt out about a year ago, and I was like, I'd kind of rather be a Twitch streamer than like do cocaine in my living room and watch the same like early 2000s music videos. You know, I can only do that so many times. I don't know how all my like friends back in Madison are like still probably doing that.
I've been. What is it? Also, I forgot to do this to your name, Bebo. I fixed it. For what is it? I've been wanting to look at audio engineering. How's that course liking?
Oh, it's like, well, it's an entire program, and it's actually like, it's a lot of stuff that I kind of already know, but we learn everything in Pro Tools, and Pro Tools is like very complicated compared to like Ableton and like all this other stuff. So it's basically just like me relearning a bunch of stuff I know in Pro Tools right now, but eventually it's gonna get a lot more in depth. And like I think the thing I'm most excited about is that I'm in like a recording 101 class, and like later on in the semester we're gonna be actually like meeting in person and like getting to like mic up drum kits, like do all the cool gear shit that I like was really excited about.
Yeah.
And I've already seen like the studio that's at my college, and it's really cool. So I'm really excited about that. And then I also have a voice lab class this semester where I basically just go in once a week and you get to listen to people do like really bad covers. Like I got people in my class doing like Juice World songs and like Blink 182 and shit, but it's like, oh god, the person who like is doing the Juice World song is just dog shit.
That's funny.
Like it's the worst, like unenthusiastic, not really in key, like performance you'll probably ever hear. And then the Blink 182 guy is basically like, fuck, I'm blanking on his name, but you know that guy that does those like really bad vocal covers in the mirror?
Yeah.
It's like a big meme now. He's basically like that. It's like,
shit.
oh, that danger from my nightmare. Oh, in the back. But also still a little bit less enthusiastic, so it's even weirder.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. Why? Why did he? He has to put some oomph to it, probably, right? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's the weirdest like combination of somebody like wanting to sing their heart out and also wanting to act like they don't care about what they're doing at the exact same time.
Damn.
I've never seen anything quite like it before this class.
Also, hi Half Whack. Hope you're doing well. And Bebo, all good. I like that actually pink thing on you. How's IRL? How's IRL life right now for you? You think?
Oh, it's pretty good. My really good friend just moved back to Milwaukee. Also known as my quote unquote fiance.
Ooh, you got a fiance. How's that?
Yeah, it's like it's pretty cool. It's like a polycule situation though. We're trying to get we're trying to recruit more people into it just to spice it up a little bit because like we both love each other very deeply, but we both have very different things that we desire out of a relationship. It's like so it's like a 75% overlap, you know?
So like you have someone like comes into a relationship as well into it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Huh. How's that working? How's that working?
Pretty good. It kind of helps balance things out, you know? Because like she's asexual and I'm like a robot, so like, you know, she can like talk to people who aren't robots, and I can. You know?
You know, I get that. Can Urthly get this eagle a bitch by 2021? I guess he's mentioning me getting a girl.
I don't like that phrasing. I mean,
That's
if he
weird.
asked me himself and he didn't call them bitches, we could talk about it maybe.
Yeah, I don't call them bitches.
Yeah, I'm saying like if as long as you don't, then we can talk
I
about it.
don't.
But like, see, the thing is, I don't really like the concept of like me like getting you a specific person. Like,
Yeah.
all right, you need to talk to this person. I'd rather just give you like practical life advice. You know.
Yeah, I like. What would you give me for life advice? I guess really.
Um, what do you need advice on? It's a very broad question.
Okay, fine. Life advice on cocaine's. Let's go off of cocaine's question. So like me trying to talk to a girl. I guess really.
Um, so I was actually watching like a Dr. K thing about this the other day, and I think he puts it really well, which is that, like the main thing that's like bullshit about the idea of like the friend zone or whatever is that, like most like realistically most relationships will actually start with you like being friends with the person or having like some kind of social relationship with them.
Mhm.
Like this whole idea that a lot of people have where you like approach the girl, then you get her is like fantastical. Like it's not like it's just an easy way to like get rejected by people who are like, why the fuck is this happening? What is this situation I'm in?
Yeah. That's interesting. Like, what is it? I think there's a couple like girls I have like, what is it, in my past that has liked me, but we were friends for sure. We were friends first, of course. We got to know each other, and then they kind of like liked me, but I never did date them, but they did like me, so it did. So technically, friend zone is a thing. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Kinda.
I don't know.
Because you do like, I mean, like the idea of the friend zone, I think is like the thing that people think is really sus. And I generally, I understand how people like think it's a thing, but I do think like it's like, well, I don't know. It's really complicated because I feel like the best advice that I could give is really complicated and vague, which is that like you kind of have to strike this equilibrium between not coming on like too strong to somebody, but also not just being like, not just like giving them the impression that you literally just want to be like platonically friends with them.
Good to know. Good to know. How'd you find your
It's not like
fiance?
you have to be like friend. So we met through like we met through the Facebook meme page community actually, because we were both shit posters. But she lived in Milwaukee, you know, where I supposedly live now, and I lived in Madison. It's like 2 years ago, before she like ran off to Utah for like some shit ass e-boy. I make myself sound so bitter when I say that, but I think it's just funny to like. I mean, I never rag on her directly for it because I like feel kind of bad for her because it was just like
That's funny.
just a
Ash.
big life mistake. But you know, like but yeah. So like 2 years ago, we would just hang out all the time. We like she would come to Madison or I would go here because it's like an hour apart. Those are like the two. Those are the two relevant cities in Wisconsin. Everything else is bullshit except kind of Green Bay, just because they have that football team. But other than the football team, nobody really cares about Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all just Milwaukee and Madison.
Milwaukee and Madison. That's funny. Shut up. Wait, what? What half whack? I don't get what half whack's doing in chat. I don't know. What were you gonna say earlier about the, I guess, dating, if you could remember, or the friend zone thing?
I guess the thing that's really complicated about it is like you kind of have to reach some level of equilibrium between like having like a normal like friendly relationship and like being like a little bit more than that. But, I mean, it's really complicated and it really varies depending on like who you're talking about and how they like to do things. Because there are plenty of people where like we've just like I've talked to where we've just kind of gone straight into it, and then there are also a lot of people where it's like kind of over a long period of time. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know how visible my eyebrows are right now.
They're somewhat visible. I don't know. JKJ. Jesus, Bebo. Jesus, Bebo. Calling out people in chat. My woman. Anywho.
She's calling it a half whack.
She's
Like
calling them half. Yeah. I don't know much about
somebody.
half
That's like a job that somebody needs to do. You know,
Someone
it's
just.
like being the person that doesn't do tasks and just watches everybody.
Mhm.
An admin or whatever.
Bebo said the friend zone isn't real. Well, it depends on the person, I guess. I don't know. Some people think it's real. Some people think it doesn't. I don't know. What do you think for yourself is the most surprising thing that has happened in your life?
Probably the time I got shot.
You got shot?
Oh, wait, fuck! I always forget people don't know this story. So I don't even like. People have argued with me about how I should just say that I got shot. I usually prefer to say that like I caught a stray bullet. But basically, I was at this party back in like 2016, where it was like ending because a fight broke out, and what happened? Like, basically, we were like about to leave. We were in the parking lot. We were all like pretty drunk. So when we saw the people running out starting to fight, we were like, ah, fuck it, let's watch. So, that's what you do when you're a young adult. And then all of a sudden we hear like a gunshot go off, and we were like, what the fuck? We turn around to get in the car, and like all of a sudden like my left leg feels heavy as fuck, and I'm like, what? I look down, I'm like, how did blood get all the way over there? And I immediately am like, guys, I think I got shot. And everybody's like, oh, shut the fuck up. No way. Like, and then I was like, no, seriously. And like somebody came to look and was like, wow, holy fuck. So since we didn't want to be like snitches or anything, we went back to my friend's house, which luckily was only like a block away
Yeah.
from this place. And like, yeah, I went into the hospital. They didn't really have to do anything because it went clean through my leg.
Okay, that's
like
good.
My ankle, basically. And it didn't even hit like any muscle or bone or anything.
Mhm.
But yeah, that happened.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
It sucks because like there was this really funny news interview with the day after where they like came into my house. So I had like not slept the night before, and I was like, what the fuck? But that's like I don't know what the fuck happened where they didn't keep that up any longer. But now the only trace of it is that my name is in like the gun violence registry.
Ooh, that's scary. So like do you have a criminal record, I guess, in a sense, right? Or
Well, no, I mean that wouldn't be a criminal record
No.
on my part. Like,
No.
Yeah, you got shot.
Yeah, you got
Go into
shot.
criminal record. You fuck.
My bad. So like could
The
you
only thing I was doing wrong was like underage drinking, and like,
Oh, okay.
I didn't even have any weed left on me at that time, so they couldn't have got me for shit. But I also didn't even go with the cops or anything.
Makes sense. Bomb Diggy said, "Did you have a good day today, Urthly?"
Yeah, it was pretty low key. Like I woke up, I went to class, I came back, I let my fiance leave, and then that's about it.
Also,
And then all I really did was played some Rust with my good bud Powerball Bilibino, and other than that, that was pretty much the only other thing I did.
Pog you, that Bomb Diggity's in chat. My man. Can Urthly do a Patrice O'Neal cosplay?
Wouldn't that require blackface?
I don't know who that
I'm gonna
is.
I'm gonna have to say no. Wait, I could be wrong,
Who is
but
that?
I think I know who.
Who is that?
Wait,
Patrice
let me
O'Neal.
Google this. I'm pretty sure he's like a comedian who's like dead now, but it
wanna-
could be a different.
I'm scared to
Oh,
Google this too. Jesus Christ. Is he? Yeah, he's black.
Yeah, Patrice. Yeah, okay, that's exactly who I thought.
What the
I
fuck?
don't know why I would do
Okay.
that. That's a horrible thing to ask.
That is a horrible thing to ask. I did not know who this is either until now. Jesus Christ, cocaine. What the fuck, man? Anywho, Urthly, can you pursue rapping now? Can you collab with? No.
The only time I was ever like a rapper for any period of time was a couple years before that, and it was because I was doing this thing. It was before I started producing, but like I had like a couple friends who produced, and like we were basically just doing like knockoff like death drips type stuff. So I was like shouting, kinda rapping, kinda shouting,
Yeah.
But
That's your
less like a dolphin and like more actual words.
that's your best metal scream for you, Urthly, I guess.
No, I mean, so I used to want to be like a metalcore frontman back during
Oh,
my
yeah.
scene phase. So I can do all that stuff.
Really?
Like that.
Yeah.
That stuff sucks. I mean, there's a lot of good music with those kinds of vocals in it, but like, it just has such a bad association for me that like, I can't do. I just think about asking Alexandria, and I'm like,
Fuck, man. That was. Yeah, they went off the rails, dude. They're not good shit anymore.
I don't know if they were ever on the rails. Maybe they were.
Same? What do you mean, Beeble? What do you mean, same? you have to have like you had friends back then, I guess, but like, do you have like IRL friends now?
Yeah, I've actually been a little bit more IRL socially active now. Well, I mean, so I just have like my one really close friend slash quote unquote fiance, and then like there's like one other person I met through Tinder that I've been hanging out with a little bit. And, other than that, oh, and also like one of my like longtime friends lives very close to me, but I've been like reluctant to hang out with him because he's like kind of fucked. But like, I also feel like I'm so like socially like a shut in now that I could deal with being friends with him because like I would just like not even like willingly hang out with him more than once or twice a month. He's one of those people that's like really entertaining, but like if you get super close to him, his like everything is like a train wreck of like constant like chaos and drama. And that was part of why he moved here from Madison originally. This was he's kind of just like I hate everyone here. It's everybody else's problem. And I'm like nobody wanted to like fuck with him anymore.
Yeah, I get that. Bebo, I can't listen to metal anymore. Oof. Well, I can't relate. I listen to metal on like a daily, but right now I've been listening to pop punk more. I'm
Ooh,
getting
pop
in.
punk is pretty bug. What kind of bands you been?
What is it? I have a big list that I've been doing. I might honestly stream me like listening to like the bands actually because it's a big list that I have that I need to check out. So far I listened to Paramore, Stand Atlantic, and Older Against the Current.
Okay,
So
I don't know like any of those bands. Those
yeah,
are probably better
yeah,
bands than whatever I used to listen to back in my heyday.
but I have a big long list that I think I'm gonna probably listen to on stream probably like these days or something. I don't know. There's like I got Pop, I got what is it, Cherry Bomb, I got The Cab, I got Story Untold. What else? Drive. I don't know. Grayscale, Driveways. Like I got a big list. I need to check out. Any bands you recommend people to check out or listen to?
God, I like really weird music. Probably one of my favorite bands. It's like the last like that I've found in the last decade or so is this band called Subtle.
Subtle.
And, like it was fronted by this like underground rapper who now does a lot of like video game soundtracks.
Yeah.
But like he had this whole band where they had like a bunch of weird instruments and also like a producer and also some conventional instruments, and they just made really interesting like I guess like prog rock basically.
Yeah. Huh. That's cool. Half Whack Death. I don't know what you mean by death. That's weird. Who names a band called Death? The hell? That's a weird name.
I mean, it's a pretty simple name, but it's like one of those names where like if I tried to name a band that, I would just be worried that like there are already a million of those.
Yeah, and trying to search for them too, it's gonna be hard. And like so many
Yeah.
bands have like names for songs called like Death Grip or Grip or some other stuff, you know?
Death grips.
Death
Death
Grips.
from above.
Like there's so many names. It's stupid. I like surf rock. Man, it's all I listen to nowadays. I don't know surf rock. I don't know what's like. Is that good?
You're missing out, dude.
What's surf rock?
It's like I don't know how to explain it.
Hmm.
It's like it's kind of like if I'm correct in like what bands that I think I've listened to would technically be surf rock, it's kind of like punkier, but like it's got that kind of cool vibe at the same time, you know.
Hmm.
I guess my question to Bebo would be: do you consider like early waves to be surf rock, or am I just completely missing the whole mark of the genre?
I don't know. Listen to Pig Destroyer. You'll fall in love again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I was right.
Maybe. I don't know what she's saying. I don't know. But
I got a
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
probably
I've
right.
never
You've
listened.
never listened to Waves?
I've heard of Waves. I've heard of Waves.
Waves is pretty poggers.
Hmm.
Everybody hates them now because one of the guys is like a landlord now.
What?
So when you're like an alt band, you know, everybody's just the second you sell out to the man, everybody hates you.
Well, sell it to like a label or something too. Probably they'll be like, frick. I don't know.
I don't think they really care if you sign to a label. It's just like if you become a landlord, then they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is it? I think there's one band I know that's landlord, and I listen to them, and that's Thousand Foot Crunch. Like a couple of them are landlords, and they're like decent. I don't know, but they're like they went like on a hiatus, so it's like shit. Oh well.
There should be a new subgenre where like all the bands are like made up of people who are also landlords.
Landlord genre. That would be the shit. They just
Eviction core or something.
Eviction. The freak. That would be the shit. I think surf punk might be more accurate. I don't know. You guys need to talk about music one day. There'll be a podcast and a bit, I think. That'll be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hypothetically, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
If I had to pick, oh god, I couldn't pick like just one, but I could pick like a blanket of So, I think I would just be more like effeminate, honestly. I just want to be more like a, like thin up the shoulders,
Yeah.
and raise my voice a couple octaves, etc., etc.
That's a good answer, I guess. I don't know. I've
It
never.
sucks because like if you like want to be more masculine, like testosterone is like a hell of a hormone. But because testosterone is like a hell of a hormone, like you can't really undo a lot of stuff that it
Right.
does, even with like HRT and the other way. Like, because like I mean, like trans women, like for the most part, literally just have to like voice train to like change their voices. Like you don't really get like the
Yeah.
it doesn't really happen naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you take testosterone, it's like, hey, what up, bro? You know?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't want to take that shit just in case. Be like, yo, one day I'm gonna be like, not good. Not good.
Testosterone or like HRT?
Both. I don't think I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
take
mean,
both.
if you don't have any kind of like gender dysphoria, that's probably not a good idea. Wouldn't recommend it under those circumstances.
I don't know. Also, I think, hi Jason, you were in here saying hi to me earlier. What's your backup in life?
Like aside from like
So like,
Twitch, or aside from like,
everyone has that goal in their life. So like, if it's Twitch or like in IRL, what's your backup? You think for yourself?
I mean, at this point, since I'm already like going to school for audio engineering, like, I guess rock bottom for me would be like just being a sound person at some venue,
Mhm.
because that's kind of like, I could be wrong, but I feel like that's kind of like sort of like the lowest like tier job you can get with like as like an audio engineer,
Yeah.
and a lot of those people just suck at it. So
Not many people like.
at least I would be able to, yeah. It might be more of a problem at venues near me because I've been to a lot of shit. Well, especially in Madison. Like, I'd probably want to move back to Madison because I'd go to so many concerts there where, like, the sound would just be atrocious. Like, the sound person clearly didn't know what they were doing.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Like, I went into, what is it? Not went into school for that, but like, I did, what is it? I do sound tech for like church and that kind of stuff, and then, other kind of stuff on the side and everything. So I know how things sound, and I just hear the odd concerts, just like, what the fuck did they do? Like, it's
Yeah.
shitty. I don't know. I
I don't know how to mix.
don't know how to mix, dude. So for like your sound engineer, so what do you want to do out of that for yourself?
So, my, like, dream career, aside from just, like, being, like, a touring musician. Well, actually, that would be a shit career anyways because, like, with the kind of shit I make, like, best case scenario, I'd be, like, selling out, like, tiny venues and, like, making, like, just above minimum wage. Really, my dream job would be, like, doing, like, sound design or, like, soundtracking for, like, video games or, like, movies or something like that. Because, like,
Ooh.
I really like writing music that's kind of, like, soundtracky. And I also really like, I really like sound design. So just, like, making little, like, satisfying sounding, like, beeps and boops and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like, everybody needs it. Like everybody, like, ideally, if you're trying to like have like an app or whatever it is that people remember, like you want to have like an iconic like notification noise or like something like that that will like stick in people's heads.
Yeah.
And like the idea of like not even doing like commercial jingles, like literally just trying to do the perfect commercial beep sound. It's
Beep.
like the most like micro level shit, but it's like really satisfying in its own right.
Yeah.
Like imagine being the person who designed like the PS2 startup noise. That shit's insane.
That was a good sound. I like that sound a lot.
Yeah.
Even the Xbox
It's like
sound.
I mean, yeah, that sound has become like a staple of like most like synthesizers you download. Like there will be like a patch that's supposed to model like basically the synth pad from the PS2.
That's cool. I like that. I very like that. How come you're not gonna go into like, so like you don't want to go into like concert engineering or concert stuff at
I mean,
all?
that would be fun. I think it would be cool. Like I wouldn't mind doing because like that's one of the reasons that I realized that I would really like going into like audio engineering is because like worst case scenario when I was trying to become a journalist, it would be like some really dry shit like writing like instruction pamphlets for like products I don't care about or something like that. But like worst case scenario for like music, like I'm getting paid to see live shows,
Yo,
so it's whatever.
nice. Yeah, let me know how that goes actually because I wanted to actually like maybe potentially do like that, like like right now I'm in radio, so I want to potentially if radio doesn't work out, I want to for sure like be like a sound tech person maybe for concerts or venues and that. So if,
Yeah, no, it's
yeah,
definitely a. I just find it very like innately satisfying, just like twisting the knobs and all that.
and
It
just
just feels right.
yeah, and just making it
Locking in
sound
that
right
like
too.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird, even in the sense you could say it's a kink. I don't know.
it is. I guess it's kind of a kink. I never really thought of it that way. Like I wouldn't argue with that
Yeah,
classification.
I just thought of that just now. It's like, it's a weird bloody kink. I don't know. What music have you been listening to recently though?
Um, Honestly, for the past like 3-ish, 4-ish, maybe even 5-ish, 6-ish years of my life, a solid 80% of what I listen to is just like experimental hip hop. I'm
Ooh,
big into like Nostrum Grocers, like Arm& and Hammer. I'm trying to think of like ones that people actually know. Like I like a lot of Earl Sweatshirt's new stuff,
okay.
the really spooky sounding stuff, and then like I mean you kind of got a taste of it with the stuff that I like made you play before this,
Urthly's a
stuff
beta
like
when
that.
it comes to music. That's what Half Wax says. I don't know about
Oh,
that
I
one.
no, I like Ka.
You like,
I haven't. I don't listen to a ton of Ka, but I like Ka. I was just responding to Cocaine Hammer.
if he likes Armin Hammer, he should listen to Ka. Good shit, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then other than that, I like and then like the last 20% of like the stuff I listen to like spans out in like a million different directions. Like the one thing I kept from like well not kept but like what my scene phase evolved into is now I'm like I really like a lot of like Midwest emo like American football and stuff like that. And then like I also like a lot of weirder like more ambient electronic music like Boards of Canada, One of Tricks Point Never. Oh, and I'm a huge Grimes fan. That's my
Grimes.
main character trait. It's just that I love Grimes. Grimes was actually way back when in like the Art Angels days.
Art
She was
Angels.
the one that like made me want to start producing music.
Oh, Art
I was
Angels
like,
days. That's the good old days, dude.
yeah.
Oh, damn. What's on your bucket list for yourself?
Um, I do actually. Speaking of concerts, probably like performing like performing in like a live setting. It's something that like
Hmm.
it would have been so much easier for me to do in Madison. So many people who were like in bands and stuff, but like
Hmm.
I was really lazy about like one like I've still been like super lazy about ever putting vocals over anything that I've produced, which is something that I feel like would be essential to actually performing because like especially in Madison where like all anybody like really listens to is like indie rock and stuff, like if I were just standing up there with a sampler just playing instrumentals, I feel like I would feel very out of place compared to if I like we're actually doing some kind of vocal performance.
Mm-hmm.
So that I want to knock out of the park. Other than that, bucket list wise, I want to travel way more. I need to at least leave. I need to actually leave the country. I need to actually leave the Midwest for more than just going to Colorado once. And yeah, lots and lots of travel.
Dude, you should
I do want to
tour.
go to TwitchCon one of these years. That's
Twitch.
probably on the bucket list, honestly.
Dude, I would love to meet you at TwitchCon. That would be pog.
Yeah,
Room with
that would
Urthly.
be. Yeah,
I'd be curious on how you'd be like as a room person at TwitchCon. That'd be
I'm
fun.
actually I'm very laid back,
Yeah?
honestly.
Huh.
Like, because like I'll be like, if everybody's like wilding out, like I'll get pretty, but like as soon as everybody tries to rein it in, like I rein it in. I'm not like a. So it's pretty much the experience of like hanging out in like Michigan with a bunch of streamers was like everybody was super chill and like on the same page except for IG1 Coke. That guy sucked.
Oh yeah, Coke. Oh gosh.
I mean, and
Oh
that was well, that trip also like ruined him. So I don't
yeah.
need to talk too much more on that.
Yeah.
I
Nope.
should say he ruined himself. Like, yikes.
Eeks. Oi, bruv. Hi, Cam. Grimes is sick. Grimes is sick,
Grimes is
people. Grimes is sick. You should tour actually. If you're like wanting to travel, might as well tour.
That actually would be a good way to kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
I just need to get like a reason to tour, you know?
Mhm. Like I thought about this as well. Like I love to tour as well for music wise too because I'm starting to do music again, and I'm like, yo, the best way to technically tour is open up for someone.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that would be a good that is like pretty much the way to do it. Like
Yeah.
God, yeah, because one of the main things that's like kind of held me back is that like I feel like I want to get better at producing music before I start doing any kind of like lyrical vocal component because I feel like once I start doing like I just worry that once I start doing like the vocal side of it that I'll just stop getting better at producing, which probably isn't true, but like it feels true for some reason.
Mhm.
Because when it's like the only thing that I'm focusing on musically, it's like that's just what I have to grind out and get better at.
Right.
But if I'm then also doing like singer songwriter stuff, then it's like, huh?
Well, if you ever need, I'm down to like collaborate. If you want to just play around with my stuff, just for like hobby wise, let me know. I'm down.
Do you produce or just like
Dude, I don't
do you do?
produce. I sing, I rap, dude.
Oh, I actually kind of want to get back into mainly just because like I can write fucking bars, dude. Like
Yeah.
I come very much from the Lil Ugly Mane school of like I don't know if you know Lil Ugly Mane, but I consider him the apex white rapper because like he has this like kind of throwback like Memphis style, like think like 3 6 Mafia and stuff. But he has like his like a lot of his thing is that like he can put like the nerdiest fucking words in his song, but like and like really intricate rhyme schemes, but it'll still just like sound hard as fuck. Like he doesn't sound like one of these nerdy like white rappers that just like
Interesting.
I don't know. Like there are a lot of white rappers out there that are some fucking Coindexters. I don't know what the term is.
I don't know.
Poindexter. I have to look this up now.
I don't know. Tristan,
Poindexter.
Tristan, I have rapped. It's shitty ass rap. I'm going more into like alt rock, kind of like rock rap. I don't know. It's kind of a weird genre that I'm going into now. I don't know.
You should do like rap game Avenged Sevenfold.
Rap
That would be
game.
sick.
That's okay. What is it? I'm trying to. This is my goal in life is to try and get rock artists to rap. So like maybe like get Avenged Sevenfold to rap one time. Like actual like metal artists to rap. That'll be freaking pog. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I could see it. Try to get the 3 Days Grace guys on that.
Yeah, that'll be funny. No, like which 3 Days Grace, old one or new one?
I don't know what the difference is, honestly. I just I basically just know the name 3 Days Grace and I vaguely remember some of their music.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's all like ancient history in my head.
Okay, you probably mean old 3 Days Grace then. Literal anthrax.
The only like rock music I really like that much like his mixes up is like Limp Bizkit. I'm a huge Limp Bizkit fan.
Olympus. Okay. I'm a big Breaking Benjamin fan. So, I don't know if you know Breaking Benjamin. a lot of
I
bands already
vaguely know them.
a lot of bands already do that, Mikey. Well, I don't know a lot of bands that do that, Tristan, okay? Okay, whatever. Um this is something I haven't done this for people. I need to ask people this more. What's your favorite animal?
Um, Probably like I don't know. I'm honestly a really big fan of like monkeys. Like
Monkeys.
I think monkeys are just hilarious. I think
What?
some of the most entertaining. Like I could like sit around and just watch like videos of monkeys doing dumb shit for like hours and hours. And sometimes I do.
Hmm.
I just think it's like I find like the kind of like uncanniness of it to be really entertaining because they're just like it almost in a way they're almost like goofy, like exaggerated versions of people
Yeah.
because they're so silly.
Yeah, they are pretty silly. Like, what is it? My sister is a fan of spider monkeys, I think it is. Yeah, spider
Oh
monkeys.
yeah.
They're pretty cute that she likes them, so that's why. Um,
Yeah, spider monkeys are pretty cool.
yeah, spider monkeys are pretty cool.
I'm mostly into baboons and orangutan.
Baboons!
Yeah,
Yo.
baboons are crazy, dude. They're lit as fuck.
I love baboons. They're so funny, too. They're so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love those so much. Any controversial opinions on anything, Urthly?
Um, wow. Let's see. Aside from the ones that like I still get shit for to this day that I didn't think would be that controversial. I guess I don't know. It's so hard for me because like what I would consider like a controversial opinion from like my like IRL social circles, like the kind of content creators I like, it's like so far removed from like what most people on Twitch would consider, like on this side of Twitch would consider a hot take. Like sometimes like I feel like I could just say like I think women are human beings, and like a lot of people on this side of Twitch would be like, oh, that's a fucked up take, dude. I don't know about that one. Well, I mean, maybe I'm just thinking of Woggle's community, but like, you know.
I I honestly don't understand. Explain more, please.
Um, it's really hard to like, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I would have to think of what like a dicey take is in like the most to like the most general audience possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh god, I can think of one right now, but it's like I don't want to get into it.
I'm fine with you getting into it, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna have to qualify the fuck out of this because I'm gonna get clipped out of context anyway. Um, I think people virtue signal way too hard about fuck. Oh my god,
Virtual what?
like okay, so people like jerk themselves off way too hard about and like grant like okay, I'm gonna qualify this. I'm like saying it wrong because I'm just gonna qualify it after I say it. I think people like virtue signal way too hard about not liking pedophiles, and when I say that, I mean it's a very obvious like moral freebie that it's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to ever like be like an offending pedophile or anything like that. But I've known so many people who will like unironically say like, yeah, I think we should genocide all like non-offending pedophiles. Like if you find out, we should just chemically castrate them. And it's just like that's not going to fix anything. Because I think the problem that I have with it is that people go like so far with it that they like remove themselves from any practical solutions, like making it like easy for people to come forward to get therapy to keep themselves from like acting on it.
Mm-hmm.
And people go in this direction where it's like, oh, these people just need to be killed. Like when like the natural outcome of that is that they're just going to hide it until it's too late rather than like seek help. Because like ideally, this take is rooted in the fact that it seems like the best thing to do about pedophilia is to encourage them to get help and encourage non-offending pedophiles to never offend and like do whatever the fuck they need to do to keep themselves from it. And that requires them to like have resources most of the time.
Huh. Yeah, that's something, all right. Yeah, those most people don't ever think that. They're just like, yo, cancel the pedophiles right away. That's all they want.
Like, I do think there should be serious repercussions for like offending, or even like I think that like I would be fine with there being like even stricter laws where like you shouldn't even be like, say, like online messaging a kid, even if there's not like sexual. I don't know how you would enact that in law, but I think
I
like
don't know.
I think there should be like a system of like identified red flags that aren't like, because the other problem that I have with a lot of those laws is like we kind of just wait until people have like done it and then they're criminals, when in reality like there's so much before that where like these people should be like put
Yeah.
in like some kind of like treatment or something, you know?
Yeah, they should be like treated, looked upon, check their mental health
God,
and
I can't
everything.
believe I
Yeah.
brought this one up. I wish I had just taken a second to. It's just such a like. I hate this topic.
Yeah. I like to have a conversation about this with people because it's like, yo, what do they think? What are their like ideas, you know? Like it's a
Yeah.
topic or something that most people don't think about, you know? And
Yeah, well, because for me,
yeah.
it's like, my inner Destiny fan is just like, it doesn't really, like, I don't really, I almost don't care as much about like people's conclusions as I do about like their thought processes.
Mhm.
And I feel like when you have like the take that like we should just straight up genocide like non-offending pedophiles as if it's like some genetic disease that we could ever do that with, and not like a really weird paraphilia. But like, yeah, I don't know, because it just seems like if that's like your take, then it's like you don't really know how to think through like practical like positions on anything that like would lead to like good outcomes. It's just kind of like, this thing is bad, so we destroy. It's like
Mhm.
some very primitive stuff, you know?
Yeah, I get that. What do you mean cocaine? What do you mean it's time to pog? I don't understand, sir. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's a hot take. I'm on the fence about it because it's hard to
On the
talk about
fence
that.
about pedophilia.
No, that got no. That's gonna be clipped badly. Oh no, shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's it. That
Oh,
is a
great
pog.
timing.
Great timing.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah. So what were you saying about, are you on the fence? Never mind.
Fuck you. No, we're not gonna talk about that.
Let's go
Okay.
to the next
Thank you
topic. Hi,
so.
Tommy.
Hey Tommy, thank you so much for the raid. XO00, thank you so much for the follow. We're right now interviewing or knowing the who about Mr. Urthly here today. We did interview Tommy TV the other day. I expect nothing else from Urthly interview. Is I don't know about that one, Tommy. You missed a lot. What's one?
I think I did an okay. I think I did a pretty good job of qualifying it, though. I was really scared when that was the hot take I decided on, but I think
Yeah.
that's one that I've like practiced enough in my head that like I know how to like talk through it and not like make myself sound like shit. Unlike Mr. I'm kind of on the fence over here.
We're not gonna mention that, okay? We're not gonna mention
All right,
that,
whatever.
okay? Because I hot take, but fuck you, Tommy, okay? Fuck you.
Well, so I was saying
Okay.
that like my hot take is just that it's like pretty weird that people like to say that they like want to genocide like non-offending pedophiles or whatever instead of just like putting them through therapy. And then I don't know, Eagle Eye was like, "Oh, I'm on the fence, something, something."
I'm on a
I
fence
didn't let
about
him. I didn't let him
pedophilia.
finish.
I'm on a fence
Yeah,
about pedophilia because what is it? There was one YouTuber specifically recently, and
Elysium?
not an Elysian, Mini Lad. You know Mini Lad?
No.
No, okay, you don't know about the thing happened recently. So I was in Mini Lad's community, like, what is it? Last year, and he recently came out as like a pedophile in a sense. So like he was sending dick pics and that kind of stuff to like underage girls and everything on like Discord and social media. And I knew one of the girls, like pretty well, and like how he's coming out as a pedophile, yeah, it's kind of weird. But he got kind of like exposed in a sense, but at the same time, he did come out like saying, "Hey, you did this on Twitter." What like how he's doing it is poorly. I don't know. I'm on the fence about how
Yeah.
it's liked, how it's poorly executed. The thing about this is like, they're saying he's a sex offender, which he's not technically a sex offender because he never
Well, he
really.
probably should be if he did any of that stuff.
But the
though, I don't
same
know.
thing about it, like they're saying, oh yeah, he totally touched the girls and everything. That's what people are trying to get about this. He never did touch them or do anything like that. That's the only thing that's mainly the internet's about that. So it's like, the fuck? So
I don't know how to help you through this one, dude.
Dude, I don't know. I don't care about it that much.
Well,
so it's
I don't
like,
know. I
man.
guess like the thing is like since it's like a public figure that we're talking about,
Yeah.
it's going to be very different because like I don't think like I don't really have a problem with the fact that like there's a certain threshold of stuff where as a public figure like nobody's just going to like want you to still be a public figure anymore, and I think like pedophilia is like a pretty good baseline for that, like where it's just like, you know, maybe you should probably have the right to like move on with your life after you've gotten like therapy and like you're sufficiently rehabilitated, but like you got to cut your losses on being a public figure at that point.
Yeah.
Unless your whole thing from then on out is you're going to be like the guy that encourages like not yet offending pedophiles to seek help, then like that could be pretty cool. But like other than that, like you're not going to go back to being a normal public figure. Like you're done.
Yeah.
It's not like because with being a public figure is a privilege. You know, it's not like a human right.
I get that. It's hard.
Like, I would argue for them having human rights, but not
human
How many
rights.
TV is not responsible for topics discussed on hosted streams. Yeah.
I am sorry, Tommy, that we went into this. My bad. But we're done with this topic, I think, right? Right.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I
Yeah.
was like, I thought you were gonna like I shouldn't have cut you off when you said like, oh, I'm on the fence, but then I kind
No.
of wish I had just cut you off from the.
No, that's fine. I'm fine with you cutting me off, but at the same time, we went back into it. But thanks a lot, Tommy, for coming in here. And then the chat wanted me to go on it, but that's all good. I don't care about that. I like talking
what's
about
the
this
next
kind of
topic?
stuff. Next topic.
I do too, but like I don't know.
I don't know.
It feels like it feels inappropriate at
Yeah.
all times.
Your chat loves hot takes. Well, my chat is a bunch of different communities combined into one that we just chill. I don't know. It's a weird community. What's one thing that you think you're the most proud of yourself?
Probably. I'd probably say like either my relationship with my cat, because I'm the only human being she's ever loved.
Aw.
And other than that, like probably the improvements I've made as a musician, and also some of my improvements as like a Twitch streamer are pretty cool.
I like
I think
that.
I've gotten better at. I think I've probably gotten noticeably better in the last year or so at being like an entertainer, and like that's pretty cool. It feels good to be entertaining.
I like that. Also, Cocaine, I'm not going to play Among Us while I'm doing this interview. I actually need to look at questions
That would
and
be
do this.
very
That would be
complicated.
very complicated.
That would also just fuck up the whole audio component.
Yeah, I have to mute the game and everything, and that would not be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. In an alternative universe, if you turned out to be Eagle, let's play Among Us while you do this interview. What the fuck, Tommy? In an alternate universe, you turned out to be a girl. What would you think you'll be like?
Probably the same.
The same?
Maybe so obviously there would be a lot of different formative experiences there, and I'd probably be very different in a lot of ways. But I think I would be more similar than like a lot of men. Where like, you know.
Urthly should know Tommy. He's reading chat as well, but at the same time, you read chat. You're a streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freak you, Tommy. Freak you, Tommy. Okay, I'll say that. If you could change your teenager self, what's one thing you would tell him? Or talk to your teenager self. Like, what would you tell him?
I would probably like if I could talk to my like early teenager self, I would just tell myself to chill the fuck out.
Chill the fuck.
I was such a like I don't know, I was such a cringe like edgelord like not even edgelord in like I wasn't an edgelord in like the 4chan way as a teenager, but I was an edgelord in the I wanted to be the most like I hate my parents, I hate society, I like to do crazy stuff type of person, and like it was just really cringe to look back on.
Yeah, I get that. It happens. So this is the portion. Okay, I'm gonna sit up for this. I forgot to mention this to you beforehand, Before we did this, because you were preparing for supper, I guess, and everything. This is the portion of the stream where I do behind this tweet, Instagram, Google search, Twitch clip, and everything.
Yeah, this stuff.
Yeah, this stuff. So I forgot to mention that to you beforehand. So
I don't have any good
deep,
Twitch clips.
but I also dig deep into, what is it? Personal kind of stuff as well. So pictures from social media and that of yourself.
Oh, I should have
stuff.
like sent you in advance my like entry on the gun violence registry, and then we could have gone over it. That would have been really funny.
Oh.
That would have been a good plot twist.
That would be a very good plot twist. My best clip is actually
Then
from.
you would have to dox me, or it would be like, what?
Yeah, that would.
I already
be something.
doxed myself yesterday, and I still haven't even deleted the VOD.
I know, Tommy. That was a good clip, and I'm shocked. That's my biggest clip now on my channel. It's funny. So here we go. This is our first picture. So you have to open up the stream for this segment,
Yeah, I
sir.
have it
All
up.
right. Here we go. The first picture of you. What are you doing right here, sir?
Hey, Tim, did you get on like my old Facebook?
Maybe.
What the fuck? I'm more freaked out about that. That was actually at that was at the Bible camp retreats we would go to at that Christian school. Like every start of every year, we would do like a thing where we all stayed overnight in like a cabin on Lake Wabasi together.
Yeah.
And so that was there. I think my friend took that picture for me because I just thought it would be funny to do like a. Oh, that was back when I still wore tank tops. I was so much skinnier back then. That was pretty pog.
That was pretty pog. Yes, I do dig deep. As I dig deep with Tommy, which she was the most cringiest person I've ever witnessed, ever in the internet. Tommy TV, everyone.
Not me.
Legit. Tommy is the cringe, like cringe. I didn't want to put on most of the stuff on stream because it was cringe, legitimately. Legit. Like, you want cringe? Go look at Tommy's past. There you go. Okay, we got the next one. This.
I like how I'm wearing Issues shirts in both
Issues.
of these. I think I forget why I took that. It was like I think I had just gotten a mini fridge in my room. I had a bunch of milk. I was like drinking straight milk was like something that I actually only recently started doing it again because I felt like I couldn't do it when I like lived with a bunch of roommates. But now that it's like just me here, like nobody knows what I use my milk for. Like nobody's watching me drink it straight. But I'll have glasses of milk again now. I think it's fine.
So this
I
is.
think it's over. I think drinking milk straight is overhated. That's actually, fuck. That should have been my hot take.
Drinking milk.
I could have saved us so much awkward, whatever the fuck that was.
Oh well, now that's in the VOD, dude. So we're screwed for life. Hell yeah. That's fine. We got this picture next.
I think I did a good job buying everything. Oh yeah, that was my friend's horse. Same friend that took the profile picture of me doing the yoga pose. That's her horse.
That's
We
your
were
horse.
like, we were waiting to pick up some weed, and we were like, she was like, okay. And that's the only time in my like over the age of 10 that I've ever interacted with a horse, and I was terrified of it. I don't think I could ever ride one.
You don't like horses.
I like horses, but I'm scared. It's like a fearful respect type of deal.
Huh. I love horses. Like, what is it? My aunt used to have horses, so we went to her farm and everything and horseback ride always. But I'm shocked that you're scared of. Why are you scared of horses?
I mean, they're just like very big, and like I know that they could kill me very easily.
You never think about that.
So I'm not like I'm a pretty clumsy person too. Well, I'm like I'm mildly clumsy. I know really clumsy people. I'm not really clumsy, but I'm clumsy enough that I should be scared of horses.
Have you seen Mr. Hands? What's Mr. Hands?
Have I seen Mr. Hands?
What's Mr. Hands?
I'll have to Google this.
I don't even know what Mr. Hands is. What's Mr. Hands? I need to Google. What?
Oh, that was the guy who died fucking. I knew about him, but I didn't know he was Mr. Hand.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I did it off stream, of course. I did like to the side, of course, but
Yeah, I'm watching the
yeah.
video. No, I'm not. I've actually never seen the video. I actually, as much as people, as much as I probably come off like somebody who's watched a bunch of horrific death videos, I've actually like, I've never. I don't think I've. If anytime that I've ever watched somebody die in like a video, it was never on purpose, never super graphic.
Interesting.
Well, I guess the on purpose thing is kind of debatable because one thing that my friends and I used to do like 2 or 3 years ago is like we would just get drunk and watch car accident videos.
Oh,
And some of them like you just kind of know.
I don't fuck with horses. That's what Bebo says. Man, a lot of people don't fuck with horses. That's weird. I don't know. Horses are chill, but at the same time, they can't kill you. So
I mean, they
I
seem like cool animals. I'm just scared to get trampled in general.
yeah, I get that.
What am I like? I guess this wouldn't be considered a phobia, but like something that I would almost say is a phobia is like the idea of getting killed or attacked by an animal is like really fucked up to me. Like almost more so than getting attacked by a human, because it's so like incomprehensible in a way. 'Cause it's just this creature that you have no hope of reasoning with, that's very physically different from you, just like tearing you apart.
Yeah.
Especially getting attacked by birds. I like the idea of just getting swarmed and killed by a bunch of birds. That like fucks me up.
That'd be scary if a fucking owl attacks me.
Yeah, you don't like owls much now, do you?
No, I love owls. I love owls, but that would be fucked up.
I almost got you there.
Dude, honestly.
Yeah, because especially with like the talons and like the fucking beak and shit, like the feeling of like, and it would almost feel even like crazier if you tried to fight back, because like the
You
idea
could-
of like trying to fight back against a creature that's just so physically different from you, it
Yeah.
gets inside my head in a way.
I don't want to think about this anymore. God damn it, Urthly. Fucking hell.
Sorry.
Oh, good. All right, last
Well, I mean,
bit.
it's just start with a guy getting fucked to death by a horse. So
Fucking Tommy TV. Fucking hell. Last picture. And then we got some other stuff.
well, I
What's
mean,
this?
that's just like a decent quality picture of me. Like one of my friends took a couple years ago. It was like my freshman year of college. I think that wasn't that long after I got shot. Actually, I think I was literally still bleeding out of my leg when that picture was taken.
What the fuck? They
Yeah.
took the. Oh, Jesus Christ. Urthly, everyone. There you go. This is Urthly for you. I'm awful. Oh, Jesus Christ. Eagle, give this flat earther a quick head. What? No, I don't know. I'm not gonna give you a head pat. I don't know. You didn't.
I don't know how you would, but like you can. Head pats are a pretty inoffensive, like physical gesture.
Yeah. Well, we do. See, this is. What is it? I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I mean, obviously it can be weird the way anything can be, but like head pats are pretty low down on the list of like ways that you would like freak people out.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
So you can head pat me. Oh god, what is this tweet gonna be?
So I found okay. This is the thing about you. You don't tweet a lot. Back when you first started Twitter, you
Yeah.
did tweet a lot, but now you just don't. So we're just gonna pick up old tweets, okay? This is when you first started Twitter, okay?
Oh
So-
god, this is gonna be embarrassing. I can already feel it.
Here we go. Let me pull this up. Made a new Twitter for the club, but this is my third one and I still don't like it. I'm never coming back. You made
Oh,
3
yeah.
Twitters? The
I've
fuck?
had 2 Twitters in the past, and then I'll just like give up on them because it's like, nah, this shit sucks.
So if this one doesn't work out, you're gonna make another one?
Well, no, if this one doesn't, I mean, this one is working out. I have like, this is the first time I've ever genuinely liked Twitter. Now, like, I at least check it more than other social media because, like, usually it's just like I check it for the notifications. It'll be like, oh yeah, somebody really cool followed me or like something like that. I get a little bit of endorphins off that. But I only really tweet when I can think of something to tweet.
Yeah.
Good night, Tommy TV.
Night, Tommy
Love
TV.
you too, bro.
Love you too. Thank you so much for the raid. Also, you're still cringe. You'll always be cringe. And I didn't pick some posts that were cringe. That's why I didn't put a lot of stuff on your interview. Anywho, now we got the next one. I wish I could always be smoking a shit low joint just as a prop. What is
I could
this?
always be smoking a shittily. Oh yeah, I just think it would be kind of funny if like I just always had like a really poorly rolled joint that I was smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just looked like shit. It like fell apart by the time it was done. Just like a little like toothpick. It kind of just like it think like it kind of harkens back to like I forget what specific anime I'm even thinking of, but I feel like there are a lot of anime characters who will just always be smoking like a shittily rolled cigarette and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
It would just be like a fun prop.
that would be fun. That would be fun. We got the next week. I hate when I say, have a great day. And motherfuckers say, have a good day. Like, geez, thanks for the downgrade. Shake my head.
Oh yeah, dude. That's like the kind of stuff that like the thoughts that come to your head when you're working like a customer service job and like you're down to your last legs and like somebody just has the audacity to say, "Yeah, have a good day." After you say have a great day. Like I think the specific time that I tweeted that, somebody had said it very pointedly, like they was like passive aggressively telling me to have a good day, like they knew they were downgrading me.
Yeah.
It's like I was really nice. They couldn't be that much of a dick, but we were probably like pretty late. I don't know. The problem with like, because I used to work at Jimmy John's and like at Jimmy John's, even when you're doing exceptionally well compared to like the delivery times any other place would be doing when they're like that busy and that understaffed, if you're like if it takes you more than like 30 minutes or like if it takes you more than 20 minutes to get somebody their food, half of them are like pissy because they're like, this wasn't freaky fast. Ooh. It's like, fuck off.
Jimmy John's for you. That's what you get. Also, fast food working, like, I can kind of compare fast food to, like, retail. If you're working, like, cash register, that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all customer service.
Yeah, and I hated retail, and I probably think you probably hate the customers, too. Unless you had a good experience. Kind of?
I mean, I generally liked them by default. I actually liked, I kind of liked it because I just like the, like, I don't know. A lot of people are like, "Oh, like customer service workers, or like customer service, like everybody's so fake nice. Like you don't really want me to have a good day." But I actually kind of liked like the endorphin rush you would get just from like having just like a bunch of really nice interactions with people in like a short succession.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never felt like I was like truly like faking it. I was always like, you know what, this person like. It's easier when you're like getting like tips because it's like, yeah, this person just gave me money. It's almost like thanking somebody that like just donated to you on Twitch. You're like genuinely grateful. You're like, oh, thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah. Yeah, even earlier for me just saying thank you for the raid or whatever. It's just general like, yo, it's pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was always a dick to people who didn't tip or like tipped less than $1.
What? Really?
I'm not like a dick, but like well, the worst thing after like my first year or two, well, actually I was never like hardcore mean to people, but like the worst shit that I would usually do is like sometimes I would just give people the silent treatment if they like didn't tip. Like they would say like they would try to hand me like a receipt that they had just signed like $0 on and say like have a nice day, and I would just walk away.
Yeah, I get
With
that.
delivery driving, it's like I'm literally like, I mean, it's not that high of a risk, but like at the same time, it's like I'm literally risking my life to bring you this food. And you can't even give me $1.
Risking my life to you. If you don't get this food, you're out.
I risked my life for you. I should have said that more.
You should have. That would have been funny.
I think the most aggressive thing I ever did though was like, we were like really busy this one day, and this guy just suddenly makes this like huge catering order, and naturally it took us like an hour to like get it to him, because you're supposed to order them like on a delay, like hours in advance type of thing. But like he tried to be all power movie and say like, well, if you wait around and I call your boss and like they say like, oh yeah, we're really busy, like yeah maybe, and like I had like other orders in my car, and I was I'm not waiting around for this. I was like, I literally just like, because he had the box sitting in my car, I hand him the box and I'm like, call the store, they'll give you this for free, and I just drove off. Because Because he was trying to power move and maybe like wait around with him. Oh shit, Denkin's in chat. What the
Dankin, can you do a backflip?
No, especially not here. I imagine myself getting on that couch, breaking it, and then like landing on the floor and falling down into my neighbor's apartment.
And maybe breaking your neck in the process of doing that.
No, yeah, Denkin is a very important person in my life, though. He was like the first person I ever knew who was a Twitch streamer. He's like one of my friends from Ohio that I still like talk to and like game with from time to time.
Oh shit!
And, he's also famous.
He's
because,
famous.
Well, yeah. Do you know Critical? Like Moist Critical?
Yeah, I know Moist Critical.
Yeah, Denkin carries him in like games because he sucks at like every video game.
Oh.
So Denkin is like a legend in his community because he's the only reason that Critical can actually play games and like win.
Funny. Yo, Dankin. I'm in awe of your presence, my man. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm not in any awe. Okay.
And he also just applied for partner.
Really?
So good for him. Yeah.
Good for him, my man. Yo,
Making money moves.
Dankin, hit me
Next thing you
with
know,
the follow.
he's gonna be playing. Next thing you know, he's gonna be playing with PewDiePie. You know, they're gonna unban PewDiePie just for him.
Just because Dankin is a man.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I think so too. Yo, Dankin, you should hit the eagle with the follow, but that's just me. Okay. Can you?
Shut the fuck up, dude.
I'm trying.
Wow.
That was funny. I'm trying. Okay, last tweet for you. Okay, cutting
Last tweet?
back.
Oh no.
Cutting back on the alcohol is all
Is this
fun
gonna
and
be
games
the twit long enough?
until you wake up with an Airbnb booked, a stayed over after only drinking a fraction of what you used to be a night. Is that a
Yep.
twit longer?
Oh. No, that actually ended up being very that like experience because like but basically I got like just shit ass drunk on a West by the Way stream back when he was not living with his parents, hadn't been permabanned for 50 days, and like he was still doing the shit face Saturday thing.
Mhm.
I got totally tanked, and I was talking to my ex girlfriend who lives in like Chicago, and I was like, bro, I could like totally like I had never booked an Airbnb in before, so I thought it'd be really cool and fun, and it was. And but I wasted a lot of money. But basically, it was actually really wholesome though, because like we just like ended up going because they'd already booked the fucking thing. I took the train down there. It was like right before quarantine too, so
Yeah.
it was like perfect timing. And yeah, we just hung out. We like we went to a couple bars. We hung out with one of her friends, and yeah, we played RuneScape in the Airbnb just on our laptops for a good chunk of the night. And like it didn't end up being like romantic or sexual, which like admittedly was probably like kind of what I might have had in my head when I was like blackout drunk, was like you know, that kind of stuff. But like it was actually so much like better that didn't happen, because like she's one of those people where it's like I'm really glad that like I'm not dating her anymore. Bad idea to ever date her, but she's really cool. Like she's just very intense, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
'Cause intense like people that are intense, you know, they're fun to hang out with in like very short bursts. You
Right.
know? Like
Right.
just every couple months, like, yeah, I'll hang out with my like very intense friends.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. I don't have very intense friends anymore. I don't know. I just.
were you ever like did you ever have like a degenerate phase?
What do you mean by degenerate?
Like a lot of like alcohol and or drugs, like that kind of stuff.
If you consider last year, but really no. I don't know. Like I was
Yeah.
into like last year I really did go with my friends really into weed shit, but like that's the
Oh
only
yeah,
really
you seem
thing.
like somebody who would own like a $200 like vape. Like
No.
the fucking
I
or like a Magic Flight launch box. God, I miss those.
what?
What's the dick? Oh, so is this really shitty old vape that like everybody? Yeah, I don't even consider weed that degenerate.
Yeah. That's the only thing I'm into. Like I'm not into like probably hardcore drugs or anything. I've not done that shit and probably never will. I get probably a tiny vape or something, maybe like that. I wouldn't get like a hard
Yeah.
thing. Gucci Booyah, I'm really into weed shit. I
Yeah, shout out Gucci Booyah.
dude,
He is.
he's a that man is a legend. What is this?
Oh no, he's cool as fuck. Oh, that's the Magic Flight Launchbox. This is like the vape that everybody had in high school back in the day, and it was like the shittiest vape. Like I never owned one personally because I just hated them. Because you had to push the battery in just the right way, and you had to pull at the exact right speed, or you would just get nothing. Like
Huh.
I don't think one of those. I don't think I ever got high using one of those things.
Yeah, I never used these. I don't know what these are. So, this is
It's
interesting.
now. It's like it's for high schoolers.
Okay. Definitely seen
It's an
these.
elaborate gag to trick high schoolers into thinking they're getting high, but it's actually just harm reduction.
Oh god. That's funny. Jesus. What is it? What did I do in high school? I just did the odd one hitter. I barely went into I didn't do really much in high school.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess one of the other ways that you meet a lot of intense people is like if you ever are like into like fucking alternative subcultures, you know, like music scenes or like anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, also, I mean, I met her through the exact same shit posting community that I met Levi through, so it all kind of ties together.
Nice.
She, well, Levi being my fiance, she really likes Levi, but Levi hates her because a bunch of like our friends like simp really hard over her.
Mhm. How's Levi? That's what Gucci's asking.
She's doing pretty well, you know. I saw her about 10 hours ago when I was getting back from class because like
Hmm.
she was still asleep when I woke up and went to class, and I was just like I'll just let her sleep. But then like once she woke up, she was like, "Well, I don't want to leave your apartment unlocked," and I was like, fair enough."
Yeah, fair.
I
It's
wouldn't have really cared because it would have literally been like half an hour, and like
mm,
you know, I've never really had any weird issues because it's like, I mean, it's an apartment complex. There's security cameras. Like, if
yeah.
somebody were to like somebody would have to want to like rob me. I think, you know, like it would have to be like a coordinated thing that would probably only happen if I were like actually like a drug dealer or something. And like, I'm one too stupid and two too scared to sell drugs. So it's kind of out of the question for me.
Yeah, you have to do like a good like backdoor kind of thing, maybe in your apartment complex, and be like, "Yo, dudes, I got the shit in the back. You gotta head there." That's probably how you gotta do it. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I've known people who like have gotten robbed at apartment complexes, but it's because like they were like selling drugs, and so like somebody would come in, but it would be like a setup, and then there would be like 10 dudes,
Hmm.
like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Having
Having
your
your own security system is actually five. That's probably true.
yeah. Get some security. Get some bodyguards. Hopefully, then you're good.
I don't really need. I don't need those. I
maybe
don't
you
have
do.
any reason.
Maybe you do one day, man.
I'm not a drug dealer or a woman, so I'm pretty okay.
Not a woman.
The only thing that I really worry about is just that, like is just the fact that like you open my door and I see like my like computer set up, a bunch of lights, a bunch
Oh,
of like synthesizers and shit.
yeah.
But like that would be much more of an issue if I lived like a couple blocks further west of where I do.
Hmm.
But I live pretty much. I live like right in the sweet spot where it's like all the housing is really cheap, but you're not like in the like really like high crime area, you know?
Yeah. That's good. It's very, very good. Hi, Mike. Hope you're doing well. So next we got is your band camp, my man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So you got some music up here. I like.
yeah. I haven't put anything on there in a while.
Well, in February you did. Sunburn in
Oh yeah,
February. So
that was.
what kind of music do you make, sir? I guess really.
A lot of it is like some of my favorite stuff to make and the stuff I'm best at making is like sample based hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I really like chopping like records and shit.
Yeah.
And I love like hip hop drums. Those are the most fun drums to do, especially when you do them like unquantized, just tapping on the drum pads. And then other than that, I like to make it's like synth poppy stuff. Like I've been trying to get more into like writing melodies and like stuff like that. Like the more classical like melodic side of like making music. Not like classical, but like the way people have traditionally in the Western canon done it.
Yeah. Nice. Well, we got also your Instagram, sir. Smoking
Ooh.
blunts and collecting Triforce shards, my dude.
Oh God, that was the first one. I think that's still up. I
Yeah.
took a bunch of stuff down, but it's like, you know what? We can keep that.
Keep that.
Oh well,
Yeah.
rest in peace. The girl named Hood Rat shit.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm?
That's sad.
Oh.
Oh, it's this girl that like I used to be pretty good friends slash acquaintances with that I had known since like sixth grade.
Yeah.
Who I think like last year passed away.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Very, very
Oh, I
sorry.
mean it's yeah. It was like a. It was one of those things where like I wasn't like super close to her, but like I'd known her, so it was like very like existentially sad, you know?
Yeah. Damn. I'm sorry. Well,
Oh yeah.
get into the next one. Money longer than a fucking ostrich neck.
Oh yeah. That was a picture of, like one of my old friends that I kind of don't like, but also have like mixed feelings on now. Took.
Oh, nice. I like the background. You did actually a nice artsy photo, actually.
Yeah, that was just like a nature reserve. I used to walk my dog in all the time right by my parents' house.
Nice. Next one, what we
Uh,
got is old pick. I just got damn. I love looking goofy.
oh yeah, it was like a yeah. That was just like back at like that was like the first year at the place I lived at for the first 3 years. Like I just moved out of a couple months or like a month ago. Yeah, I lived in that house for like 3 years,
Jeez.
and the first year that was the first year, which was the most fun. Where like every all of our roommates were at least fairly cool, and like our house for a while, like we managed to kind of make it like a hub, even though like it was on this street. Well, I can dox the fuck out of my old house now. I used to live on this street called Willie Street, which is like a major street in like Madison that's like has a lot of cool stores and stuff on it, but it's pretty far removed from downtown. Like it's a solid like 20-30 minute walk from like the main area downtown, but like we had like a cool enough house 'cause it was like a 5 bedroom, pretty big house that
Yeah.
like people would still want to come there.
Hmm.
And so it was pretty lit there all the time. And the second year, kind of same deal. And then the third year, that was when I ended up becoming a Twitch streamer because like it was just like everything just kind of mellowed out. It was kind of weird for me with that house because like since I'm like a pretty introverted person, like when there were still people in and out of our house all the time, like I was able to have a great social life and like barely even leave. And then like my social life just like tapered off when like we stopped having people over as much because I was like I never really bothered to establish like any strong connections with people who weren't just coming into my house to hang out. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh fuck. Well, now I'm bored. Time to become a Twitch streamer.
Screw everything. Let's just drop everything and become a Twitch streamer in life. Hell yeah, dude.
I
That's
was also really like depressed when I started streaming though. But
yeah.
like, I don't know if depressed is the right word, but I was like very heartbroken, and it felt like demoralizing to try to have like a social life. You know?
What, like, do you? How come
So there's this
you?
girl. Are you about to just ask like the story?
Well, yeah, basically.
Oh yeah. So I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted to
No.
make sure I knew the question. But like
Yeah.
so basically there's this girl that like met in my sociology class like 3 years ago now, and we would like hook up and like hang out and whatnot for about like for like a couple months, and then I briefly dated that Chicago girl, and then like a couple months later when I accidentally overdosed on Molly, and this is just the start of the story. Freak accident, like total like rookie mistake. I wasn't doing like a ton of drugs. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
like it was like a pure accident. I ended up cracking and texting her, even though it felt really wrong to like try to get back with somebody that I had like basically to left for a separate relationship. But
Yeah.
like she was like cool with it, and then like for another like full year after that, we were like we would just hang out all the time, and it was super cool, and like we had like so many of the same interests, like same taste in music. We liked like a lot of the same. We even liked a lot of the same fucking like cringe political YouTubers. Shout out Vosh. But like yeah, and then like I finally realized like last summer or like 2 summers ago. Yeah, 2 summers ago, I guess technically. I was like, wait a minute, I want to date this girl. And then
Hmm.
like, but I fucked up because she had already pretty much asked in like December of that year if I wanted to date her, if I just wanted to keep being like friends with benefits. And I was like, I think I just wanted to be friends with benefits. And then like, but then like that came around. I stopped talking to like anybody who wasn't her, and I just like I started kind of trying to tease out whether or not she would be interested in doing more romantic stuff,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Hmm.
And like she kind of like seemed like it, and like we would start to like do more than just hang out in my house. Like we went to see like Flying Lotus together and like some other cool like shit like that. But then like I kind of felt it coming. Like there were kind of some signs, and she just ended up getting like an actual like serious boyfriend because I just like I fucked up, you know. I took it
Oh,
for granted.
damn.
It's actually so the thing that's really fucked about it is like any other like I think it's fair to basically call this a breakup, you know, like it's pretty
Hmm.
much in the same ballpark. Every other breakup in my life, like I'll be like very like emotionally sad about it for a couple months, couple days or whatever. But this is the one that like I don't know if I was ever like I was really sad about it at first, but like I've never gotten over it on like a rational level.
Hmm.
Because it's the one where I'll always be like, wow, that would have been great, and I just like fucked it up.
Damn. Damn. Like,
So
that's.
usually I date like people who are like, I don't know, I feel like I don't want to say any like dumb derogatory shit a lot of people say about their exes, but I generally like most of the people, a lot of the people that I've dated have had like some like toxic traits that have been like really obvious to me after the relationship. But with
Yeah.
like the main thing that makes it so hard for me with that one on like a rational level is like she was like the most like laid back and like not like crazy toxic person that I think I've ever like been with that extensively.
That's great. Did you think that she was like really your first love? You think?
Um, that's like a tough question because like when it comes to like emotional love, I've probably loved like a good portion of the people that I've ever like been in a serious relationship with, but like
Hmm.
she's the first person that I've ever been with where it's like, fuck, this person should have been like a long term partner.
Right. Hmm.
Like I feel like I could like oh god. This was actually the thing that like red pilled me on like open relationships being a good idea is because I realized that like there was no point during any of that where I ever like had any less desire to like be with her like long term,
Yeah.
even if I like wanted to do other stuff like short term. And that
Hmm.
was the thing that really like red pilled me on like in relationships because it's like I kind of feel like I like very distinctly understand the difference between like a long term commitment and a short term attraction to somebody. And I don't think that like I do think that like generally like you might be like a little bit less actively interested in somebody if you're a little bit more actively interested in somebody else. But I don't think like even if you're not in an open relationship, you're not always going to be as actively interested in like your partner.
Right.
So like I don't know, like I because I feel like I still get jealous to some extent, but I feel like I understand jealousy more now in this way where it's like something where it's like I feel like I shouldn't actually feel jealous because I feel like the only way to really like the only metric for whether or not somebody is less interested in you is if that person is less interested in you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I guess. Like for instance, like for me, I still can't get over like one of my crushes in elementary slash middle school. And what kills me about this one, like she really did like me and everything in like middle school and that kind of stuff. Then I went into high school, moved schools and everything, tried to contact her. She blocked me on all social medias. Don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about this, which kills me till this day, she works at a liquor mart just by my house. So I get to see her every bloody time if I go to a liquor mart on a Saturday or sometimes during the week and whatever.
Whoa.
And I pointed this out to her and said, "Hey, yo, it's me, Mikey, or whatever. Don't you remember me from bloody like middle school or and that elementary?" And he's like, "No, sorry, I don't remember." So I don't know if
Oh
she
god.
remembers or not, but that kills me every single time, and
Jeez.
I crush over that girl still, kind of, and it still
Aw.
bugs me, and I know she has a boyfriend or whatever. So I feel for you, dude.
Yeah, that was actually. I mean, so that gets into like. I actually forgot that that was one of the reasons that I decided to start going to school in Milwaukee. Was that she works on Willie's? Well, fuck. I already said the street I used to live at. Well, there are so
Okay.
many stores on there. It doesn't matter. Like, there's so many. It would be impossible to find, especially since I've given nothing to go on. But like, so I would have to pass her like place of work all the time, and it was like, it always gave me this massive headache where it was like, well, if I cross on like the same side of the road, then it looks like I'm stalking her. But then if I cross on like the opposite side, then it looks even more like it. But you know, it's never a big deal because, like, I mean, she knows I fucking live on the street. Like, unless I'm like staring into the window, like, like
You know.
it's just me walking by.
Yeah. Yeah, that's shitty.
I don't have to like, I didn't have to overthink it, but I did anyway.
Yeah, I think we all overthink that kind of shit, you know? It's just like, what could work, what doesn't work, and
Sure.
you hope for the best. Damn, dude, I feel for you. Well, we got one more picture from your Instagram, and I hope this is
Oh
more.
shit, we're still working through these.
Yeah, we just have one more of the Instagram. It is your cat. This is just in cat eyes are really pretty.
Oh yeah, dude, she has some pretty ass eyes.
Yeah.
Wait, I wonder where she is. I can go get her.
Oh, your cat's cute.
Literally, she literally appeared behind me just because just as you said. Yeah, like 20 minutes ago. I don't know when she's trying to lead me to the kitchen.
Maybe she wants food.
She might want more, but like I don't. She has fresh food right now.
Picky cat. Picky cat. Like with my cat, or not cat, my dog, he always wants food. So maybe your cat is like that, but I don't know. Is there not cute cats? I don't think there is cute cats, like non-cute cats. Well, there's those hairless cats. I don't know.
I
if you've
kind of
heard
like
those.
those though.
Yeah. I haven't looked
I
in
actually
those.
like them. I want to get one of those to go with my cat. You know,
Oh, really?
like I would have like the long-haired cat and the hairless one.
It's cute. That'd be
It'd be a
cute.
good dynamic duo.
That would be. This is what
For
happened.
the longest time, I thought that those were Chinese crested cats, like the hairless ones, but that's the dog breed that's hairless.
Wait, there
So I
is.
used to always say that I wanted a Chinese crested cat, and nobody would ever correct me.
I don't know. I don't know the hairless dogs.
Oh
What-
wait, I guess Chinese crest. Okay, never mind. There are Chinese crested cats.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so I
hairless
was.
dogs.
Oh, so I was never wrong.
I don't know what you're referring to at all.
Oh, so the Chinese crested, that's like a breed of hairless dog, and I guess also a breed of hairless cat.
Chinese. How do you spell that? Crested dog. Oh, Chinese crested.
Chinese crested.
There we go. Oh, that dog. Yeah, I know that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a cat. I want to see what the cat is. Crested cat. Yeah, that's the cat I always refer to. Right. Yeah, that's the hairless cat I always think of when people get hairless cats. Huh. Okay. For Google search now. So when you search up your name, sir, this is what pulls up. You get spices. Or I don't know what this is.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy
Organics.
that I'm finally. Oh wait, dude, I'm fuck. You can't see what I'm pointing at. Shout out the picture of me on the second row.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Earthly
one.
Organics. It's like the one other. That's the one other Earthly. Well, no, I know what that's from. That's from a very good Reddit thread.
Dude, you got organics. You're organic, dude. You got even freaking.
I'm actually surprised that my profile picture on whatever it is, like, I think it's like Twitter. Oh my god, the Yas TV and Lemur King shows up. Hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that my own like profile picture shows up before the
Yeah,
Destiny
first.
subreddit.
I'm
thing, though.
surprised about
Yeah,
that.
I'm beating out my own appreciation thread. That's pretty cool.
Nice, dude. Well, it's mainly just organic stuff here, so You need to
Yeah.
work on that. You need to work on Google searches of you, sir.
I mean, hey, I like. Hopefully, one day I'll take up all of the front page. Like, fuck Earthly again. They'll probably give me a cease and desist before that happens. Though. Like, I feel like I'll know that I made it when I get a cease and desist from Earthly Organics.
That's the shit. That's when you be like, yo, I made it in life, dude. You gotta cease and desist. Freaking hell.
Exactly.
Dude, okay. Our final thing is Twitch clips for you. Okay? So, we got 3 Twitch clips. Earthly sad. Alright? So, do you have any
Oh, I remember
explanation
this one.
for this clip?
Oh, wait, sorry. Only being donated money could crush this endless sadness.
What's the meaning behind this quip?
Sorry, I just I have this complicated audio thing where I mute on here and then unmute my computer. But basically, so this actually was when I had this guy who would always like pay to kick me from like Trip Tank's like shit show royales, and like he would send me really nasty like whispers, and then it turned out he charged back all of it.
What?
This guy was trying to front like some rich fuck that hated me, that was just like always kicking me off. And then a couple weeks into it, I find out from Trip Tank that he's charged back Trip Tank for hundreds of dollars that he spent to kick me.
What the fuck?
And so, yeah, that was like the third week. So that was, I think, actually the week before that guy, like his whole shit got exposed. It's just him being a scammer. Because like, but I decided it would be funny to go live and cry to like the Trip Tank stream while I listened to Mad World. It felt like a good concept. I play Mad World a lot on streams, but most of the other VODs I've done it have been deleted for various reasons.
Yeah, I get that. That's funny. Alright. I get that. Second clip. Here we go. What we got for the second clip is Paul doesn't know how to stream.
Oh god. Doxed. Fuck. No, I don't care.
What?
Oh wait. I didn't mean to cam off. I meant to mic off.
You want me to play it? Okay.
Like it was way harder than I was expecting.
One, you need to fix your, like, I don't know how to put this into words. Your video, like, it needs to be up and to the right a little bit.
Oh,
Just
up
off-
into the right.
Yeah.
My own video? Wait.
Your whole ass display.
What the
is
fuck?
off.
How does that? Wait, how is OBS fucking me this hard? Alright, you have to give me this isn't now an OBS tutorial stream. We're gonna get to the bottom of whatever the fuck I did wrong.
Okay. Click your display capture.
Oh my god. Oh, that was actually Dankin in the clip.
That was thinking. Okay.
It was the first stream I ever did.
Yeah.
I was just playing Destiny with my friends. It was like, I just bought a webcam. I was like, alright, I'm gonna try to stream.
Oh, nice.
But that was back when I could only stream about 30% of my frames. 'Cause I was on Wi-Fi in a 5-bedroom house.
Ooh, damn. The good old days, dude.
Those were tough times.
Tough times. Hey, you're fine now. You're in a great home with a fiance, chilling with good internet. Now you're there.
She lives with her parents right now because because COVID like hit kind of hard for her with like losing her job and all this other stuff, and then like, oh god, so it was really depressing because one of the big catalysts for her moving back to Milwaukee was that like she blew a bunch of her savings trying to keep her cat alive.
Mm-hmm.
But he had like kidney failure and it was like pretty
Aw.
bad, and she ended up having to put him down.
Oh,
Rest in peace, Toby.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Toby. Aw.
He was very young too.
Yeah? How old?
I think he was only like 3 or so at the time.
3? Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Next clip. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
All good.
I keep telling you about things that have been people that have died. I just
Dude,
started talking about the shirt I'm wearing right now. We don't have to, we've already. Oh, this
We
is
go.
from last night.
this is the last clip, sir.
Wait, okay, let me mute.
Call from Guru Lahima. To accept, press 1. To send...
All right, this better not be racist.
Have you ever read the poetry of the great airbending guru, Lahima? Guru Lahima lived 4,000 years ago in the Northern Air Temple. It is said he unlocked the secret of weightlessness and became untethered from the earth, living his final 40 years without ever touching the ground. Like all great children's tales, it contains truth within the myth. Lahima once wrote, "Instinct is a lie told by a fearful body, hoping to be wrong. It means when you base your expectations only on what you see."
Are you just
blind
reading out of the
yourself to the
Bhagavad Gita right
possibilities
now, dude?
of a
I don't
new
know what this
reality.
call is.
Rick,
What the fuck that was?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, that was that was last night. You know, we were doing a. I was streaming with her for the first time. I decided we may as well like take some call-ins, Yas TV style. And then
Yeah.
like the first time it was one of her friends. He called in the first time and he just right off the bat did some Rick and Morty memes. That time, I'm pretty sure he was reading from the Bhagavad Gita, and then he just pulls out the Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Is that your fiance in there?
Yeah, that's Levi.
Yeah, she's cute. She's cute.
Yeah.
Nice. I think I've seen her on like the odd stream or whatever you've been on. I forget.
So there was a period of time about like I want to say like half a year ago at this point where like she would come on streams a decent amount,
Yeah.
but then like it just kind of slowly tapered off because like she just doesn't have a great setup.
Mhm.
It's like she would have to like basically what she would do is she would like join from her iPad and then she would just have her phone off in like the corner as like her light just with the
Yeah.
flash.
Okay, then yeah, I've seen her. I've been, I think, on the vlog podcast with her. I think, very oddly.
Yeah, I mean that's very possible. I think like, cause I know she's been on like, probably been on like Yas TV once or twice. She used to come on my streams a lot when there was, cause I started doing podcasts a lot in that period of time just because I was like, oh yeah, she'll come on if it's like mine.
Yeah, I think it was Yas.
And
I haven't
that's-
been on
that
yours.
was interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
mine are rare. You have to catch them at the right time.
Yeah, I should. One of these days I'll get on yours, dude. One of these days.
It's usually just like I'll be streaming and then I'll get bored or whatever. I'm be like, should I just like get a bunch of people in a Zoom?
That's the best. When you just have a spur of the moment. It's just like, hey, this works. This. Yeah.
For sure.
I love those days. Man, that's good. Oh,
Oh, she was on West by the Ways stream one time too.
She was?
He got
Ooh.
banned during that stream.
that stream. Oh, it was that
One of
stream.
yeah, it was one of the 3 streams of it he's been banned during. I think that was like the first one in the string of 3. I actually forget what he even did that time.
I forgot that one. I remember this. What was the second one?
Oh, actually, I remember the first one now. So the first one was when he had his screen blacked out to let somebody into the Zoom, and he made a joke. Tier 3 subs could see like all the girls' boobs when he put up that screen, because like it timed out in such a way where like somebody was joking about showing their boobs right as he had to do it. So he was like, "Oh, naturally, like."
Truly, that happens.
So I don't judge him that hard for that one because like the setup for the joke was so obvious, and it was also like, I thought that one was also really stupid because it's literally like it's not even something you can actually do.
Yeah.
And the specific reason they said they banned him was for like soliciting or like offering sexual services. It's like, how are you gonna ban somebody for like offering something that you literally can't even do with OBS? But then, second one was the I can't breathe joke. No, it wasn't. It wasn't an I can't breathe joke. He said because you're taking my breath away. But a lot of people like
Oh
misquoted
no,
it
it was
and,
it was misquote from the time it was I think it was about the raids and everything, right?
It was about
Yeah.
this is right after that happened.
Yeah.
And then the last one that he like thought he was when he thought it would be a good idea to just say that his stream was pool themed, just so like everybody there could like be more undressed. And nobody even had a fucking inflatable pool in their background or anything. It was like the worst like sham of an excuse to have everybody in your podcast undressed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if he got permit after that shit.
But he didn't somehow. I don't get how he didn't. He broke Twitch's like ban system. Like,
Yeah, he really did. I don't get it.
I don't get. And he's like unbanned now. Like the frick. So like, is it no longer 3 strikes you're out? I guess.
Was it ever 3 strikes you're out?
Yeah, I thought it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, a lot of big streamers have been banned like a million different times.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, rest in peace, Destiny's partnership, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that one. I'm more surprised about that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Frick. I wonder if he'll ever, like, get that back. Take him years.
I'd hope so, but like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's good that he already has like the whole DGG support system in place, because like he already gets a lot of subs on there anyway, and he gets more money from that anyways.
Yeah. Well, that was behind this tweet, Instagram, Google search, Twitch clip of you, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did a good job. Just like I'm really, the thing I'm most upset about is that you found my old Facebook that like I want to just delete for good, but like my Spotify is linked to it. I don't want to lose all my playlists and stuff.
That makes sense.
Oh, and it's also so the guy, nobody tells Spotify, but that was the account where my mom used to pay for my Spotify, but the credit card that like that account is linked to expired years ago. So I just have a Spotify account that's like still going on premium off a card that's not even good anymore, and somehow they just have never picked up on that. So
What?
it's literally like a free Spotify premium account.
What? Dude, you lucky son of a gun.
I just hope they don't come after my mom for it one day. 'Cause if they do, I feel like a dickhead.
Dude. I want that Spotify account now, dude. I'm
But
kidding.
honestly, I don't think like they should come after a person for that, for not like self-reporting. Like if they realize they fucked that up, they should just shut the account down, and that should be it.
I wonder if you could cheat with that and upgrade that to a family plan. Could you?
I feel like that would just break it.
That could break it though. Yeah, that might break it actually. Because if you try to upgrade, it'll be like, hey, we're trying to charge it and couldn't charge. So probably. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, what brought you onto Twitch?
Well, so I originally wanted to be a political streamer
Oh.
because I felt like so I felt like there weren't a lot of like political streamers who were like that entertaining. Like if it was, like around that time, there's like a big mapping up of like people who were like political streamers who are all like very dry and like not that interesting to watch the way that somebody like Destiny or like Vash is. And I was like, you know, I could stream political stuff and I could make the funny zingers, but then like through that, I ended up fumbling my way into joining one of Clint's recruitment streams, thinking he could get me on the Royale, but they don't recruit for the Royale the way they recruit for like the dating shows. Like
Yeah.
Austin just handpicks people. So that just kind of set me down the path of becoming a degenerate instead, and I just had more fun with that
Yeah.
than I did going on like political panels or anything where it felt like I like didn't even know like I would have fun like talking about like the social issues and stuff, but then when people would start talking about like foreign policy and like economics and stuff, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm out of my depth. So yeah, I've just kind of been on the path. So I feel like nowadays, and this has pretty much been the way I've been like the whole time I've been on Twitch, I kind of occupy like almost like a middle ground where like I'm a shit poster, but at the same time like I'll still like argue with people and like express my opinions in a very like blunt way, rather than like I I like it better when I like coat my opinions in like good jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, I just feel like I gotta yell at a motherfucker if they're saying some dumb shit. But I'm kind of glad in a way that I can do that without like having to feel like I'm like fucking up my brand.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I have an okay equilibrium between being like a total shit poster and also being like a fairly honest person.
Yeah.
But maybe I'd be doing better if I just ditched the honesty completely and just became a full-time shit poster.
I don't know. It's good to shitpost once in a while. Like I don't shitpost that much. I try to be honest. That's my motto, or character, I guess. I don't know. Just depends on what you like to put on the internet, I guess.
I like both a lot. Well, I'm more like being entertaining than smart.
Yeah.
I just find it more gratifying in a way.
Hmm.
It's like being like a fucking debate lord or whatever. It's a really thankless task in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's like, at least when you're making people laugh, it's like, oh, the people are laughing. Like I get this social release. But like when you're like arguing with people, like you still just have to think about the fact that like, oh, this dumbass person, and all the dumbass people that were like supporting them, like nothing's changed. I might have done a good job maybe getting my point across to some of the more neutral people in the audience, but like at the end of the day, like you just have to be mad all the time, and I just like didn't vibe with that too much. Like, I prefer being funny.
That's good. It's good that you like to be funny. I need to be more funny, but I just don't know how to get to be more funny.
Oh, well, I've heard you can just like pay Lemur King TV to ghostwrite for you. That guy's pretty funny. That's where like Modi 201's whole career came from, I think.
Really?
A lot of it actually. It's like it was like an open secret that like Lemur King ghostwrites a lot of shit for him.
Oh, I thought it was like
I mean,
Josh
whatever works,
Dinking.
works. Oh, Josh I think did too. I think like both the Dinking brothers were like his ghostwriters for a while.
Ghostwriting.
So anytime Modi would tell like a good joke, it was like it was one of the Kingsters.
The Kings, fucking hell, that's funny. All right, I just need a ghostwriter for Twitch. Got it, guys. All right, applications are opening up. Any
I
stream?
like yeah.
Fuck. What were you
I
gonna
like
say?
tried taking the advice of like writing bits in advance, but like every time I've ever tried to do that, like I just look at it later. I'm like, this is so contrived, and this never would have worked in like any context in the like stream that I would have set it on. So I just stopped even trying to do that because I was like, yeah, it's like kind of point like ideally like any bit that you have should be like an open concept that you can use in a variety of situations. Because like I can't just like because one of the things that I feel like is a big like gulf between me and like people who are all into like zingers and like that kind of like comedy is that like it has to be situational for me unless there's a reason like situationally for me to say something funny. Like I don't just do it on command. Like I have to pull humor, and I don't even think it's a flaw. I think it's actually like, well, if I were to be like a real like B word about it, I would say I actually think it's like fun, like not funnier, but I think it's more versatile to be able to pull comedy out of like situations that you're in. But that's like basically what I try to do is like try to pull something good out of a situation, maybe like quote cite somebody, and like earlier with you when you said that whole thing, like, oh, I'm like kind of on the fence, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sniping people, being a piece of shit in that way. But I also, because another thing of it for me is like, I'll do it sometimes, but I generally just don't really like making fun of people's physical appearances that much.
Oh yeah.
It feels like kind of a low blow in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I never aim for anyone's physical appearance because they might be like, hey, they're really like, they hate that portion about themselves. So that's why I'm like, shit, if I do that, that's gonna make me feel like an asshole, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, the other problem I have with like stuff like that is like a lot of the times that kind of stuff will just feel like kind of forced to me, where it's like I don't know, because I like a big disagreement that I have with a lot of people on like Twitch is just that like I always have found it kind of cringe when I feel like somebody is like forcing comedy into a situation rather than extracting it from the situation. That's just my mentality, and like I don't think anybody's objectively right or wrong. I don't think anybody can like have the sense of humor they want, but like for me personally, I just think it's so much funnier to like pull things out of a situation.
Yeah. I like
And
that.
like just kind of roasting somebody like out of the blue is like the antithesis of that to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you too, real salty.
Real salty. Hey, dude. Hope you're doing well. That's good. I like that. If you could switch bodies with any streamer on the platform, who would it be?
Ooh, so there's a really easy answer to this, but I'm gonna skip over it.
Oh.
And instead, well, the really easy answer would be fucking a Piker. Like that's a no-brainer. Like if you wanted to just have a better life, like if you wanted to use it, just get a better life. But I guess my better answer would probably be Slicker.
Flicker, really?
Being able to like crawl through vents and like spy on people and shit. Like you could become like a master spy, do all kinds of crazy. Like I could probably pull off like an insane like jewelry heist and get like super rich if I had Slicker's body.
You do crime with freaking Slicker's body. That would be
Yeah.
funny. If you could change anything about the Twitch or community, what would it be? That's what Real Steel Salty has. I like that question. I'm yoinking that.
If I like, I guess for me, like, it wouldn't even be so much changing something as like carving a new niche into it. Where I feel like other than like Tommy TV and I, and like maybe a decent handful of other people, there's not really a great like crossover between people who are like really degenerate and like, but also like are like more like socially progressive, but not like politics streamers, you know? Like I
Yeah.
feel like there's very little of that, and it's like a very tiny niche. And if I could change anything, I would just grow the fuck out of that niche. I would have like I would have a built-in like massive fan base for people like Tommy and I.
Yeah. I get
It
that.
kind of exists with like Bob Seven's community because he's a pretty good example of somebody who's like not like a total degenerate, but is at the same time, you know. Well, he's like a degenerate, but he's also like he's kind of got the like values that I think are cool.
Yeah.
He's the kind of person that I imagine I could be like pretty cool with in like real life.
Yeah. Bob would be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the more I think about it, I feel like it is kind of just like a niche that exists that I just need to break into more. Because I get along really well with like a lot of the streamers in that niche, like Bob and like Ophelia Bear and like people that are kind of like, I don't know if you understand the connections I'm making. Like,
I don't know.
Fuck
Like,
that.
the only connection I really get with you is, like, of course, you, Tommy, and Bob, because I've talked to Bob a little bit more, but I haven't seen Bob actually on the platform recently. He's been off.
oh, he was well, he was playing Among Us this video. Well, and he also we called into a Ophelia Bear stream a couple days ago.
He what? You cut off.
Oh, he called into Ophelia Bear stream a couple days
Ophelia
ago.
Bear. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, I'm a big Ophelia Bear fan. It's like she's like the most excited I've been about like a new like up and coming streamer since like Wet Shrimp.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, back when like Wet Shrimp was like almost like my child in a way because like he didn't really go on streams a ton until I started doing like a lot of podcasts for that brief window with like Levi,
Yeah.
and that was like, I mean, the thing that really kickstarted him was all the Survivor shows. Like I can't really take credit for his like meteoric rise to a semi fame, but like. You know, I would always be there with him back in the day. You know? It was Wet Shrimp would just always be on my podcast. He was like the, you know how Yas TV has like Rep That LBC, like who will always just be in his chat already and always want to join his streams.
Mm-hmm.
That was like Wet Shrimp for me. He was just always there. He was always watching. He was always ready to join.
Yeah, I had a couple people like that at the start with me. I forget who, but I had a few people. I think you were one of them. Who else? It was Tom. No, I met Tommy later. It was not sadly. One was Sam. I'm just trying to think who else. there were some people that were to start with me, and Mussolini was another one. Mussolini.
Yeah, I like Mussolini.
Yeah, Mussolini's pretty cool. I'm just trying to think. I'll remember it probably later. But yeah, there's a couple people in this Just Chatting community that it's like at the start, like with you, with the West Shrimp situation, is like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Eagle has been live for 2. Thank you so much for noticing how long I've been live. Real, my man.
I like how the uptime command still exists.
Yeah, I love
Like,
that uptime command. It's nice. Content you haven't done yet and would like to do for your YouTube/Twitch channel. Well, if you make a YouTube channel.
ooh, I should start putting VODs on YouTube. That would be a good idea. Just for like discoverability and whatnot. But, like, what else? So content I would like to do. I want to start doing more like. So I had this decent idea for like a dating show. It's probably gonna start doing with Levi, where like somebody like we alternate whether they're competing for her, competing for me, but like if they're but basically whoever's not being competed for picks like the bottom two, and then like the other person has to pick one to eliminate of those two. It's like a nice little just twist, and like they get a couples dating show. And I want to start doing more podcasts. But the other thing I want to do also is like I want to get like I want to get my fucking webcam back, and then once I do that, I want to start streaming. I want to start doing more with my green screen. I want to do like more like I kind of want to up the production value a little bit.
Yeah.
Start doing like zanier, crazy stuff. But I also other than that, I just want to grind out like just like the stuff that I already do with like just talking while I make like Word documents or like spreadsheets or like MS Paint infographics.
Oh yeah.
I think I really like doing stuff like that, and it seems like that's like usually my most well received content.
Oh yeah. I like that. Do you?
So that was the stuff that I really I took a lot of inspiration from like Destiny and also from like Bob 7 with shit like that.
Oh yeah. I love Bob 7. I haven't enjoyed like I need to watch more Destiny's content while he's off the platform, but still probably watch VODs. But
yeah, honestly, like I highly recommend. Like I honestly recommend Destiny's like not as political content almost more than like his political stuff, because he was like Destiny was the first person like that I ever just really liked as like a streamer. Like he was the first person where it ever clicked for me. Like, oh, this is somebody with like a pretty entertaining personality that I just like to watch.
yeah.
Like even when he's not, because like I got pulled in by the politics stuff because I was like very like when I was still in like school, like trying to become a journalist and stuff. I was very actively like engaged with the politics.
Ooh, yeah.
And like I still consume a shitload of like political content in my free time. Like pretty much my default thing to do is like play a video game while I listen to like Destiny or like Fosh or somebody. But like yeah, no, Destiny's like non-political content is fucking awesome. Like he I especially like this almost feels kind of weird, but like I really like the content that he'll do on like dating and like relationships and like sex and stuff. And like sort of like the more upbeat advice streams he does are really cool. And like when all the like Me Too shit was happening with Twitch, he did really good streams on that, just covering like, oh yeah, here's why this person did is creepy, or like maybe like here's why like maybe this thing that this other person did probably wasn't worth dragging out publicly, and just kind of like analytical content like that.
Yeah.
I really like that those streams. Those were good streams.
Yeah, that's good. I've never like the only real stuff, the only thing I have watched of Destiny fully was Joe's interview with him.
Oh yeah, no, that was a good interview.
It was a really good interview, and I enjoyed that a lot. And I got to actually ask a few questions of Destiny, and it was like, yo, I love that.
Oh, nice.
It was a good interview.
Yeah. The only Destiny content I would recommend was when I filmed that debate for him. I kept cracking jokes about well, I think my favorite thing that I said in that entire time was when I asked him if Sweden had the same calendar as us, because he told me that his fiance and I had the same birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh wait, did you know about that whole thing that happened like about a month-ish ago?
No, what was...
Oh, dude, I literally in real life filmed the most high-profile debate of his career, dude.
What?
It was
Okay.
in Milwaukee. Yeah, oh yeah. No, that's what when you Googled my username, the picture I was talking about with the appreciation thread, that was the appreciation thread that went up after I filmed that debate for him.
What? Let me see
Because
this.
it was at a conference in Milwaukee where like the headliner was him talking to Milo Yiannopoulos and like basically like I asked for like tickets for it as a birthday present because it's expensive as fuck.
Oh,
$350. So I
350
had to like
bucks.
owe my parents some money to even get there. But like, I mean, I went into it with the conception that like, oh yeah, you know, I might talk to him after real quick, just be like, hey, what's up? Blah blah blah. You're pretty cool. But he actually really wanted somebody to like film the debate for him, and he like didn't know if anybody like from like DGG or whatever was gonna be there. And I had talked to, I don't know if you know Darius IRL, but I had talked to Darius about it
Yo, I
not
know
that long
Darius.
before, and it's Darius, because he's friends with Destiny, ended up just hooking it up, and so like I ended up hanging out with, yeah, I hung out with Destiny the whole time, and then I ended up like holding his phone during the debates. That was a pretty special experience. It was such fucked up timing though. Like that happened, and then a week later he goes on this like insane like uh whole character arc that got him like team partner, and now it's like, fuck. If anybody like that I know IRL knows that I just filmed a debate for him, and now this shit is happening, I'm gonna get canceled as fuck.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Fuck.
Oopsie daisies. But no, it was really fun.
That's funny. That's cool. I did not know that. I did not know that. That's
Yeah,
that's
because no, yeah,
freaking
it's
cool.
literally it's the Earthly appreciation thread.
Yeah,
It's
I
the most
clicked it.
appreciated I've ever been in my life.
That's a highlight for you for sure in life, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn. Well, do you hope that you'll go somewhere with the Twitch platform?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I don't have any like lofty like 10K Andy type goals, but like I think I do want to grind it out. I want to see how far I can grind it out, you know? And I
Yeah.
also want to capitalize more on like the kinds of opportunities I've been getting recently, like shit like going on like the Amaranth dating show and stuff like that has been pretty good for like my like overall just like getting more like followers and shit.
Right.
So I think I just need to like I want to because I feel like I'm at this point I'm like ready now actually to like start focusing on trying to get more like bigger opportunities.
Mhm.
And so one thing I've been thinking about doing lately is I've been trying to campaign for like a second Gondok interview because like the first one I did like way too early and it was just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like I just wasn't that entertaining yet. But now I want to go, preferably someday when like people that I'm like pretty good friends with, like Ophelia Bear and like Grimoire are on there,
Yeah.
and try to like really knock it out of the park. Because like I actually like about a month ago, I randomly got really pissed off that I've never been like a Gondok regular. Because even though like I don't like watching Gondok and I think it's like not even great content, still like the fact that I've never been like a regular guest on there is like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like you don't know real content.
Exactly. Like
Or
for.
it sounds like the one time I went on your show, I wasn't real content
Mhm.
because I was still like I don't know. My conception of like what it means to be like a good Twitch streamer has evolved a lot since I started. Because at first, like my whole idea of it was like, oh, if you're just like a cool person, people will like you, whatever. And then from there, it's like I started to realize like, oh no, like it's about being like an entertainer. And then from there, I'm like, for what I'm doing, it's basically about being like a comedian, which is like a weird concept to me because like,
Yeah.
you know, I had my Joe Rogan phase back in high school, but like, if you asked me anytime in the last like 5-ish years, it would have been unfathomable to me that like I would be doing something that you could describe as like comedy, but in a lot of ways, I'm effectively like an internet comedian. You know,
Yeah.
it's a weird thing to think about.
It's weird. It's very, very weird. Like,
But I kind of fuck with it now. Like the more like once I got over the hump of it, I was like, oh, you know, this is actually. And now I actually have like opinions on comedy and all this like cool stuff.
that's good. That's very, very good. Like, I haven't gone. I haven't watched at all comedy stuff. Like, that's the thing about, like, all these streamers that told me, like, yo, you need to look at, like, Comedy Central and this kind of stuff. I'm like, to me, I think the best comedy, which is probably the worst thing I should ever say in probably my whole entire Twitch thing, I like organic comedy. So, like, spur of the moment stuff. That's why I like.
I agree.
Oh, you agree? Oh, shit.
Oh no, that's exactly what I was saying. That's
Okay.
literally what I meant when I said that. Like, I personally just strongly prefer pulling comedy out of a moment rather than forcing it into a moment. That was what I meant when I said that. Is I like when comedy is like very organic and like very like natural.
Yeah. That's why I don't watch those comedy stuff. Like, the only comedy I ever have watched is Jeff Dunham. And that's I know.
Is that your whole impression of like stand-up comedy?
Yes. Oh, no, wait. No. Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler. That's the only other
I don't
one.
know anything about Adam Sandler's stand-up. I mean, the really good comedians like fucking like Louis C.K. and like Mark Maron and like other people like that is like they're very good at like making the punchlines of their jokes feel very organic. Like they kind of like they're just telling a story and then you get the punchline and it's like fuck.
Also,
that,
Kevin
that
Hart.
I've always found to be the best stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Kevin Hart. I forgot about that. But
never
yeah.
really watched much Kevin Hart.
yeah, I think it was just him. I watched like only one Comedy Central of him, but that's Louis C.K. Weird Champ. Really, Mike?
Yeah, it is pretty weird, Jim. But like, it's like, God, he was such a good comedian. It's a shame, you know. It's a damn shame.
Damn. I don't know Louis C.K. I don't know what happened. So,
Oh, he basically there was a lot of like weird masturbation in front of people stuff.
fuck you, Mike. What the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, I think I think he might have just been agreeing that he was like a good comedian.
He's maybe.
I think that's why he said no immediately after. Thought that he was saying that I'm Louis C.K.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, we're on the same. Like, I think it's like not that controversial to be able to admit that he's like a good comedian, like objectively.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, going off of like your Gondok thing, like I would love to go back on Gondok as well. Like that 1 month when I was on Gondok, like he put me on only on the big, like his big shows, not the actual like podcast setting. So like for instance, like Content King, the other kind of stuff, like his little one-off shows or whatever. That was mainly I was on there for like that 1 month, but he never made me as a regular. So I'm like, shit. I kind of wish I was like you and got like that regular spot. You know, it was a more chill podcast, right?
Yeah, definitely. And like, because like nobody really cares if you zone out because there are like 80 people there. But like, if you ever like catch, you know, a little window where it's like, oh, I could say something funny here, you can do it.
Yeah, and it was chill. But
And then there's like an 80% chance Doc will yell at you and like go all TOS, Andy. But you know, you can still say whatever you want to say.
yeah, that's the shit. Would you change your name at all, you think?
If I get that cease and desist from Earthly Organics, I will.
To
Other than that, I really like this name. I think it's like, at first I was a little bit scared that Earthly like sounded too much like leafy, you know.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's just a name that ends in like with a Y. That's all it
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit closer because you think like elemental Pokemon type shit. Okay, so I guess Mike Me Up works for Earthly Organics, and he he is suing me. Never mind.
Oh fuck. Well, you gotta make a name change now, dude. Shit, dude.
I don't even know what I'd change my name to.
No. You could go off of like maybe your real name. I don't know, but that couldn't work.
The only other good online alias I've ever had, I can't reveal because it's one that's linked to like my OnlyFans. Well, actually, I don't really care. I don't have my own OnlyFans, but sometimes like, okay, so here's one of my deepest darkest secrets. I used to be really bad about like when I would like drink a ton. Like I would never do anything like super creepy, but I was really bad about like sliding into people's DMs and just saying like "Hey" or whatever. But
Hmm.
I replaced that with like paying for like OnlyFans. So like if somebody's is a my criteria though is that it has to be like under $10 and like well I don't need to go any more into my criteria than that. But actually like now it's just like all it is like now I just waste $5 and I don't have this whole thing where it's like oh why the fuck did I DM this person? It's just like yeah whatever. Basically what I'm saying is like if you're a really horny person, fucking pay for people's OnlyFans, dude.
Oh, that's what you
I'm in
mean.
a relationship. I'm in an open engagement with an asexual woman.
He is. That I was questioning what you meant by that, so that's why like I was like confused for a second when you mentioned. Then you explained. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you mean. Okay.
When I wait, like what do you mean?
For you paying stuff in DMs or whatever, I'm like, what were you
Oh no,
going?
no, I was like because I replaced awkward DM sliding with just paying for OnlyFans. That's honestly the meta, dude.
So you just paid
I mean,
for
I
people.
like I was never doing anything super crazy that like you would end up hearing about on like a claw on Twitch stream or anything. But like, like
Yeah.
it's just shit where it's like I would rather not be doing this, and like this way it's just a better arrangement through and through because like the person just gets money and like I don't even talk to them or anything, you know.
Yeah.
I advocate for it, you know. I'm actually very pro.
OnlyFans.
I think a lot of guys on this website could stand to just pay for girls' OnlyFans. Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't slid into any DMs. I'm never gonna do, like, I'm advocate for the girls doing OnlyFans, but I'm never gonna pay for it. I just don't want to have that on my credit
yeah.
card.
I would never pay more than $10. Like when I open somebody's like OnlyFans, it's like $15. It's like what the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah.
Actually, I mean it's really more like $5. Like I think $7 is the most I've ever paid.
Yeah.
But even then, like I don't know, I'm not like a huge like. But that kind of turned into me just not really doing it as much because like, OnlyFans is kind of boring and it's like, it's not even that well set up for like masturbating. Like as far as like the website goes, like it's just not very good for it.
Yeah. I'd rather pay for Tinder Plus. There you go, Tinder
They
Gold.
pay for Tinder Plus. True.
I'd rather pay for that. Fuck OnlyFans. There you go, clip it and ship it, dudes. Do you think you'll stop streaming at some point?
Stop streaming.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Like, I don't. I would have to have like. I'd probably have to have a reason to, or I'd have to just get bored of it. I imagine that I would probably stop, or maybe start to like wean off of it if like. Because one of the things that I think has kept it interesting for me is like, not even necessarily continual growth, but like just continually like more networking and like just more cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
I guess if cool stuff stopped happening, I would probably get bored and like withdraw from it.
Yeah. I get that.
Because like I've already had it to a degree where I started to feel like certain things that I like am involved with have gotten repetitive and like kind of boring to me. But like I'm far from feeling like Twitch as a whole is that way for me, especially in the last couple months. Because like I've had a lot of really cool shit happen in the last month or so.
Yeah.
So
With the Destiny thing, I'm like, holy shit, that's
yeah, because there was a Destiny thing and like the Amaranth dating show. Those were like the two things that were like nice.
I didn't hear about your
The Amaranth
Amaranth.
dating show was weird. Oh, okay, so she does this dating show where like you apply for it by just like sending in your dating profile and like Mussolini killed it and he won the last one that she did like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But I went on and like it was actually kind of weird because I felt like I was the only person there who was really like a streamer because like I was kind of like I don't know, it feels egotistical to say that I was like carrying it, but like there were some really long silences on that stream.
Oh.
Like all the guys, like it was like 4 other guys and they were like or 5 and they were like periods where like I would just have to talk because they would all be like sitting there like silent
Yeah.
for like a question got asked or something and like
Interesting.
it's kind of awkward, but I mean I had a lot of fun on that show because I just like at first I was being very like lukewarm and like generic because I thought that the girl was like the one voting us out because like Amaranth brings on another girl that everybody's competing for. That's like part of the premise of it.
Yeah.
But then I found out it was a chat vote, and I just went ballistic, and I probably said some of the funniest shit like I've ever said. At one point, I was arguing with everybody because like there's a question that came up that was like, what would you do if like you met up with a girl that you met on Tinder and she was like 30 pounds heavier than she was in her profile? And I started saying that everybody was like a terrible person for like taking it negatively, and I said like I would just wanted to be body positive, but then somehow that devolved into like they started talking about health, and then I decided that my counter argument would be like, well, I don't care if somebody I date is in bad health because it's really romantic to be able to say that you love somebody until the day that they died. And I was forced to defend that for a solid 5 minutes. In between, like I was like, at first I was having fun with it, but like everybody seemed like so genuinely like weirded out. I was like begging them to switch topics, and they kept pressing me like, why do you want somebody that you're dating to die? I'm like, I don't want to defend this. I'm defending it, but I don't want to be defending.
That's funny. Jesus Christ. Oh. Did you win that or not?
No, I
What?
think I was actually, because I don't know. It's like, well, so the guy who ended up winning was this really old Australian dude called like Tasmanian Viking. He had this like huge beard, and he was the obvious like meme contestant that was gonna win no matter what.
Ah, that's shitty.
But somehow this like the most like, I think I got to like, I made it like halfway through basically because there were like 6 people originally, and I was like the third one eliminated. 'Cause the thing that was weird was like the 2 guys, other than like the hilarious like Australian dude,
Yeah.
were just like the most like incel-y guys, and it's like, oh, this is probably the people that Amaranth's community relates to, because this is like Amaranth's community. This isn't like, it's not like I'm on the Austin show or some shit.
Yeah.
This is a very specific community with a very specific set of problems or
Like-
tendencies. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be so judgmental about it.
Honestly, I probably fit in Amaranth's community because I'm a fucking incel, probably. No, I'm a simp, though. That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like simps and/or incels.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. But I don't know if I
It was a
would.
very narrow loss when I did lose, and I think I had most of the simp votes, but like not a lot of the incel votes.
Huh. Urthly gives me Napoleon Dynamite comedy type of vibes.
True. I used to get called Napoleon Dynamite all the time.
Really?
In like middle school and elementary school. Just because it's probably more prominent in real. Well, it's probably even more prominent back then because I was way more awkward back then. I'm a bit more confident now than I was when like I would get called Napoleon Dynamite all the time. But like, back then I was super awkward. I was literally like, I could have been Napoleon Dynamite.
That's good.
Yeah, I had no self-awareness back then, so.
Yeah. Well, even for myself going in the just chatting community, I built so much more. I think a lot more people have said more self-confidence for myself and just talking to people. Just vibing, I guess. I don't know. It's been interesting the last couple months, for sure. And it changes. Just chatting community is very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. What is something that no one knows about you that is TOS friendly, of course?
It was friendly. One thing that only some people know, because it's very rare when people can peer pressure me into taking my shirt off, is I have pectus excavatum. So I have like a hole in my chest.
Oh, you got what Ludwig has.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have
shit.
the same DNA, actually. I think we were born from the same test tube. Yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much else that people don't know about me. I feel like I lay a lot of stuff out on the table.
Yeah. That's good. Describe yourself with one word. What would it be?
Okay, this has to be TOS friendly too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I don't want to get banned, Urthly.
say tempestuous.
What does that word mean?
I think it just means you have a bad temper. Just a fun word though. I don't really have that bad of a temper though. I kind of do, kind of don't.
Okay. I don't see it. I don't see you having a bad temper at all. I don't know. You seem
Yeah,
chill.
I don't know. People actually, I shouldn't even say that because like a lot of people like assume I'm mad when I get like really excited
Yeah.
in like a argument I'm having with somebody, but it's just like for me it's weird because like I'll usually have no emotional attachment, but it's like a fun game for me. It's like the way like you're playing a fighting game against somebody and then like you kind of perk up, get a little competitive.
Yeah.
So I'm not very tempestuous. I guess lackadaisical. I don't know. What does that mean?
I
Does that
forgot.
mean what it sounds like it means?
It means what it sounds like it means, I think, right? I forgot what
Oh,
that word means.
lackadaisical.
Lack of stuff or something?
Lackadaisical. Uh, oh, carelessly lazy. Kinda. I mean, it's not my favorite character trait.
I guess you're good with that answer?
Yeah, I guess I'll stick with that one. I'll lock it in.
Okay. Well,
Fuck,
Earth.
I'm not gonna be able to talk now. I was like debating like whether or not I should go for this whole time, and I was
You did it.
well, I don't know. I'll probably still be able to talk. Fine. There's only one.
Well,
CBD, like, it's not supposed to inebriate you, but sometimes it messes with your brain a little, you know?
yeah. Yeah,
Shut up.
I don't think I've had, well, only one. I only done it once, and it really didn't hit me that hard. I don't think.
CBD isn't supposed to hit you that hard. That's why it's legal in so many states where THC isn't.
Yeah, but I live in Canada, so it's different over here.
Oh, yeah, you can just do THC, though.
Yeah, we
Lucky
can do
dude.
that shit.
You don't have to you don't have to put up, like, a thin veneer of, like, never mind.
Lacking, I can't say those words. It's too late for this mic. I can't say those
like-
words.
If I wanted to hit THC on stream, I would have to lie about it and say it was CBD, but you don't have to do that.
But I could do that. Hell yes.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Yeah, you'd be screwed. You'd be
CBD only, yeah.
CBD only. Well, Earthly, it's been fun. It's been long. And
He's
it's been
breaking up with me?
Yes, I'm breaking up with you, dude. I'm sorry. Listen, it's been rough times, but shout out here. I'm kidding. What? Is there anything else you wanted me to go over with you at all?
I think we covered most of my life in general.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 a.m. here, so it's actually a perfect time to end, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. for both of us.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m. for both of us. It's great. Hell yeah, dude. I love it.
Oh, so I was supposed to go on Killer Instinct last weekend, but
Yeah.
I was in a Smash tournament instead.
Yeah, I know.
But
That happened.
oh yeah, you were involved in that too. I was just telling Mike me up, but I mean I'd love to come whenever next. I
Yeah.
get the invitation. I had a lot of. I've only been on once. Fun with it.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I'm a recruiter also. Mike is as well. So either
Yeah,
or
it's
you
a
get
really cool show.
hit up either or of us. But yeah, it's been fun. So Earthly, shout yourself out. Shout what you want to tell people in the community and
Yeah.
such.
Twitch.tv/Urthly. I stream. I might start. There's a 50-50 chance I might start producing for the Yas TV podcast again, probably with a very different creative direction. And then I'm also have my own kind of things like that dating show I talked about that I tending towards starting to work on. So yeah, I'm gonna be working. I'm trying to put in the work and like have like a channel, you know, on Twitch.tv rather than just being like a podcast guest.
Yeah. That'd be
So
good.
that's kind of my current project right now, and I'm also trying to build a community. So
Oh yeah.
if you type a !Discord in my chat, or I think it's even linked in my profile, you can help me start that community. So far, I have 2 active community members with the names of Bowerbo Bilibino and Aiden CW1,
Ooh.
and hopefully we can. And also Well, there are a couple other people that are kind of active in there. Half Whack comes in just to use the self promo channel.
Fucking
Just as
half
fuck.
whack. Only
Yeah,
half whack.
that's about it. You know?
Hell yeah, dude. Well, is there anyone you want me to host / raid right now?
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna say not Yas TV. Actually, wait, no, I don't know. I guess. Fuck. You can pick between sushi, dim sum, or Mussolini.
Ooh. I forgot who Sushi was again. Fuck. I haven't watched
Sushi, dim
Sushi.
sum.
I haven't watched Sushi in forever. Fuck. What does she look like again? I'm sorry.
She's like a. I think she's like Middle Eastern.
Well, that's Sushi.
Um.
Sushi probably needs to fuck you, Mike. We're going Mussolini. You down for Mussolini?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm a big Mussolini fan.
Okay.
He did a really, yeah, his Smash tournament setup was really cool. I really enjoyed that stream. I
Mhm.
still watched the whole thing, even after I got fucking first rounded.
Yeah.
I could have made it so much further if I just had a different first round matchup, though. So the guy I was against was really good.
Yeah. Well,
I'm excited for him to do more, though, because I didn't even realize how good I've gotten at Smash Bros. But now I've been having like a second wind with Smash lately, where I'm just trying to become a god at that again.
I wish I had
kinda working.
Smash. I wish I had Smash. I wanted to play in that
Highly
tournament.
recommended, dude. I might actually. Fuck, people are trying to invite me to play Among Us, but you know what I think I might go do now?
Smash? Or GameCube?
I mean, yes, because I was trying to show the Smash Bros. Logo. I got one of the cool ones that came with the Smash Bros. Wii U.
Ooh, that's nice. Dude, I
Yeah,
never had a Wii U. What is it? I just had a regular Wii.
it was. I sold mine. It was dog shit. It was a horrible console.
Good. That's a good thing.
It was a joke of a console.
Yeah. I don't get why they made it. It was stupid. It
Yeah. There were a couple decent games on it, but
not worth
most
it.
of the, I mean, all the best experiences I had on it were playing. Just the ones I can think of off the top of my head are like Smash Wii U is like I think the only one that was made just for that system that I really enjoyed. Other than that, the HD remakes of like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess were really good. I had a lot of fun playing those.
Yeah.
But those are just ports of older games. And then I really enjoyed playing the shittier, like scaled down version of Breath of the Wild.
Ooh,
So
Breath
it
of
was
the
all
Wild, yeah.
games that were either already on other systems or were full on better on other systems. Minus Smash Bros. And like that one 3D Mario game that came out with was alright.
Oh yeah, that 3D Mario game. I forgot about that. Damn. But Urthly, it was fun, sir.
Thanks
And
for having me on, man.
yeah, no problem. I'm happy to get you on. Probably in like a year's time, I'll probably do like an extended version and be like, yo, what
Yeah.
everyone's up to after like a year.
That's a good idea, actually. Just go back through the exact guest list. And
Yeah.
like, well, I don't know. It depends on how good of terms you're on with everybody on it.
Yeah,
But like,
I'll for sure do it in like a year or maybe 2. I don't know. I still haven't thought about it yet, but
I want to do like a Twitch reunion when we're all like 20 years from now, with like everybody that's like part of the community. Like,
that would be pogs.
yeah.
So like a freaking like high school reunion, but with Twitch in like 40 years or 20 years.
Yeah, I can imagine like Yas TV going to that and like his daughter's with him and like everybody just hits on Yas TV's daughter and it's like the most embarrassing shit for him.
Dude, did you not watch my stream of me freaking drawing his daughter on stream?
I don't think I caught that one. Did he see it?
He saw it. He was talking about it. Oh, that was so funny. It was me drawing. He referenced this all the time in his streams or whatever, of his daughter being a spider or whatever. I drew his daughter as a spider.
Oh my god, that's insane. Wait, do you have the finished drawing?
No, I didn't save it.
Oh fuck,
No.
dude.
And no one
Is the
cl-
VOD still up?
no one clipped it. That was the best
Damn.
part. I know. No one clipped
Rest in
it.
peace.
Rest in peace indeed. Oh well. It was good at the moment, and it was so funny. But oh well. But Urthly, have a good night, and
Yeah.
we'll host Muscling, I guess. So have a good night, dude.
Yeah, man. See you around, you know?
See you around.